Willie? Willie?
It's all right. I came back.
Why? What happened? Did something happen, Willie?
No, nothing happened.
You didn't smash the car, did you?
I said nothing happened. Didn't you hear me?
Don't you feel well?
I'm tired to death. I couldn't make it. I just couldn't make it, Linda.
Where were you all day? You look terrible.
Yeah, I got as far as a little above Yonkers. Stopped for a cup of coffee. Maybe it was the coffee.
What?
I suddenly couldn't drive anymore. The car kept going off onto the shoulder, you know.
Oh, well, maybe it's the steering again. I don't think Angelo knows the Studebaker.
No, it's me. It's me. Suddenly, I realized I'm going 60 miles an hour. I don't remember driving the last 5 minutes. I can't seem to keep my mind to it.
Well, maybe it's your glasses. You never went for your new glasses.
No, I see everything. I came back 10 miles an hour. Took me nearly 4 hours from Yonkers.
Well, you're just going to have to take a rest, Willie. You can't continue this way.
I just got back from Florida.
But you didn't rest your mind. Your mind is overactive, and the mind is what counts, dear.
I'll start out in the morning. Yeah, maybe I'll feel better in the morning. These goddamn arch supports are killing me.
Take an aspirin. Should I get you an aspirin? It will soothe you.
I was driving along, you understand? I was fine. I was even observing the scenery. You can imagine me looking at scenery on the road every week of my life. But it's so beautiful up there, Linda. Trees are thick. Sun is warm. I opened the windshield. Just let the warm air bathe over me. All of a sudden, I'm going off the road. Telling you, I absolutely forgot I was driving. If I'd have gone the other way, over the white line, I might have killed somebody. So I went on again. 5 minutes later, I'm dreaming again, and I nearly... I have such thoughts. I have such strange thoughts.
Willie, talk to them again. There's no reason why you can't work in New York.
They don't need me in New York. I'm the New England man. I'm vital in New England.
But you're 60 years old. They can't expect you to keep traveling every week.
I have to send a wire to Portland. Supposed to see Brown and Morrison tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock, to show the line. God damn it. I could sell them.
Why don't you go down to that place tomorrow and you tell Howard that you've simply got to work in New York? You're too accommodating, dear.
Sure, if old man Wagner was alive, I'd have been in charge in New York now. No, that man was a prince. All right. He was a masterful man. That boy of his, that Howard. He don't appreciate it. When I went north the first time, the Wagner Company didn't know where New England was.
Well, why don't you tell those things to Howard,
I
dear?
will. I definitely will. Is there any cheese?
I'll make you a sandwich.
No. Go to sleep, huh? I'll take some milk. I'll be up right away. The boys in?
They're sleeping. Happy took Biff on a date tonight.
That's so.
It was so nice to see them shaving together, one behind the other in the bathroom and going out together. You notice the whole house smells of shaving lotion.
Figure it out. You work a lifetime to pay off a house, you finally own it, there's nobody to live in it.
Oh, well, dear, life is a casting off. It's always that way.
No. Some people accomplish something. Did Biff say anything after I went this morning?
You shouldn't have criticized him, Willie. Especially after you just got off the train. You mustn't lose your temper with him.
When the hell did I lose my temper? I simply asked him if he was making any money. Oh, no. Is that a criticism?
But, dear, how could he make any money?
There's such an undercurrent in him. He became a moody man. He apologized when I left this morning.
He was crestfallen. You know how he admires you. I think if he finds himself, you'll both be happier and not fight anymore.
How can he find himself on a farm? Huh. Is that a life? Huh? A farmhand. At the beginning, when he was young. Well, I thought, well, a young man. Oh, good for him to tramp around, to take a lot of different jobs. It's more than 10 years now. He has yet to make $35 a week.
But he's finding himself, Willie.
Not finding yourself. At the age of 34 is a disgrace.
No, shh.
Trouble is he's lazy, God.
Willie,
Oh, Biff is a lazy bum.
they're sleeping. You get something to eat. Go on down.
Why did he come home? I'd like to know what brought him home.
I don't know. I think that he's still lost, Willie. I think that he's very lost.
Biff Loman is lost. The greatest country in the world. Young man. Such personal attractiveness gets lost. And such a hard worker. That's one thing about Biff. He's not lazy.
Never.
I'll see him in the morning. I'll have a nice talk with him. And I'll get him a job selling. Huh? He could be big in no time. God! Remember how they used to follow him around in high school? When he smiled at one of them, their faces lit up. Boy, he walked down the street.
Oh, Willie, dear, I got a new kind of American-type cheese today. It's whipped.
How do you get American when I like Swiss?
Well, I just thought you'd like a change.
I don't want to change. I want Swiss cheese. Why am I always being contradicted?
Well, I thought it would be a surprise.
Why don't you open a window in here? For
What?
God's sake.
They're all open.
Wait,
here.
they boxed us in here. Bricks and windows. Windows and bricks.
Well, we should have bought the land next door.
The street's lined with cars. There's not a breath of fresh air in the neighborhood. The grass don't grow anymore. You can't raise a carrot in the backyard. They should have had a law against apartment houses. Do you remember those two beautiful elm trees out there? Huh? I and Biff, we hung that swing between them.
Yeah, like being a million miles from the city.
They should have arrested the builder for cutting those trees down. Yeah, they massacred the neighborhood. More and more I think of those days when this time of year it was lilac, wisteria, and peonies would come out in the daffodils. What fragrance in this room?
Well, after all, people had to move somewhere.
No. There's more people now.
Oh, I don't think there's more people.
There's more people! What's ruining this country? Population. Getting out of control. That competition. That's maddening. Smell the stink from that apartment house. Another one on the other side. How can they whip cheese?
Go down, try it, and be quiet.
You're not worried about me, are you, sweetheart?
You've got too much on the ball to worry about.
You're my foundation and my support, Linda.
Just try to relax. You make mountains out of molehills.
I won't fight with him anymore. He wants to go back to Texas. Let him go.
He'll find his way.
Sure. Certain men just don't get started till later in life. Like Thomas Edison, I think. B.F. Goodrich. One of them was deaf. I'll put my money on Biff.
And Willie, if it's warm, Sunday we'll drive in the country, we'll open the windshield, and we'll take lunch.
No. No, the windshields don't open on the new cars.
But you opened it today.
Hmm? Me? I didn't. Isn't that peculiar? Isn't that a remarkable...
What, darling?
That is the most remarkable thing.
What, dear?
I was thinking of the Chevy. 1928. I had that red Chevy. Not funny. I could have sworn I was driving that Chevy today.
Oh, well, that's nothing. Something must have reminded you.
Martha, remember those days? The way Biff used to simonize that car. You ever refused to believe there was 80,000 miles on it. Close your eyes. I'll be right up.
Be careful of the stairs, dear. The cheese is on the middle shelf.
80,000 miles.
Jesus. Maybe he smashed up the car again. He's gonna get his license taken away if he keeps that up. I'm getting nervous about him, you know, Biff?
His eyes are going.
Oh. No, I've driven with him. He sees all right. He just doesn't keep his mind on it. You know, I drove into the city with him last week. He stopped at a green light, and then it turns red and he goes.
Maybe he's colorblind.
Pop? Well, he's got the finest eye for color in the business. You know that.
I'm going to sleep.
You're not still sour on Dad, are you, Biff?
He's all right, I guess. Hey, you smoking?
Yeah, you want one?
I can never sleep when I smell it.
Funny, Biff, you know? Us sleeping in here again, the old beds, and all the talk that went across these two beds, huh? Our whole lives.
Yeah, a lot of dreams and plans.
About 500 women would like to know what was said in this room.
Remember that big Betsy something? What the hell was her name? Over on Bushwick Avenue.
With the collie dog.
Yeah, that's the one. I got you in there, remember?
Oh, yeah? Yeah, that was my first time. I think. Well, there was a pig, huh? Hey, you taught me everything I know about women. Don't forget that.
Yeah, I bet you forgot how bashful you used to be, especially with girls.
I still am, Biff.
Now, go on.
I just control it, that's all. You know, I think I got less bashful and you got more, so... What happened, Biff? Where's the old humor? The old confidence? What's the matter?
Why does Dad mock me all the time?
He's not mocking
Oh,
you.
everything I say, there's a twist of mockery on his face. I can't get near
He
him.
just wants you to make good, that's all. I wanted to talk to you about Dad for a long time, Biff. Something's happening to him. He talks to himself.
I noticed that this morning, but he always mumbled.
Yeah, but not so noticeable. Yeah, it got so embarrassing I sent him to Florida. You know something? Most of the time he's talking to you.
What's he say about me?
I can't make it
Well,
out.
what's he say about me?
I think the fact that you're not set up. You know, that you're still kind of up in the
And
air.
there's one or two other things depressing him, Happy.
What do you mean?
Never mind. Just don't lay it all to me.
Yeah, but I think if you just got started. I mean, is there any future for you out there?
I'll tell you, Happy. I don't know what the future is. I don't know what I'm supposed to want.
What do you mean?
Well, I spent about 6 or 7 years after high school trying to work myself up. Shipping clerk, salesman, a business of one kind or another. And it's a measly manner of existence. To get on that subway on the hot mornings in summer, to devote your whole life to keeping stock, or making phone calls, or selling, or buying, to suffer 50 weeks of the year for the sake of a 2-week vacation? When all you really desire is to be outdoors with your shirt off. To always have to get ahead of the next fella. And still, that's how you build a future.
Well, you really enjoy it on a farm? Huh? You content out there?
Happy. I've had 20 or 30 different kinds of jobs since I left home before the war. It always turns out the same. Just realized that lately. In Nebraska, when I herded cattle, and in the Dakotas and Arizona, and now in Texas. That's why I came home now, I guess. Because I realized it. You know, this farm I work on, it's spring there now, see? And they got about 15 new coats. There's nothing more inspiring or beautiful than the sight of a mare and a new coat. And it's cool there now. See? Texas is cool now. And it's spring. Whenever spring comes to where I am, I suddenly get the feeling, my God, I'm not getting anywhere. What the hell am I doing? Playing around with horses, $28 a week? I'm 34 years old, I ought to be making my future. And that's when I come running home. And now I get here, I don't know what to do with myself. I always made a point of not wasting my life. And every time I get back here, I know all I've done is to waste my life.
You're a poet, you know that, Biff? You're an idealist.
No, I'm mixed up very bad. Maybe I ought to get married. Maybe I ought to get stuck into something. Maybe that's my trouble. I'm like a boy. I'm not married. I'm not in business. I'm like a boy. Are you content, Hap? You're a success, aren't you? Are you content?
Hell no.
Why? You're making money, aren't you?
All I can do now is wait for the merchandise manager to die. And suppose I get to be merchandise manager, huh? No, he's a good friend of mine. And he just built this terrific estate on Long Island. And he lived there for about 2 months and sold it. And now he's building another one. See, he can't enjoy it once it's finished. And I know that's just what I would do. What the hell I'm working for. Sometimes I sit in my apartment all alone, and I think of the rent I'm paying. Damn, it's crazy. But then it's what I always wanted. My own apartment, a car, plenty of women. Still, God damn it, I'm lonely.
Listen, why don't you come out west with me?
You and I, huh?
Sure. Maybe we buy a ranch, raise cattle, use our muscle. Men built like we are should be working out in the open.
The Loman Brothers, huh?
Sure, we'd be known all over the county.
See, that's what I dream about, Biff. Sometimes I want to just rip my clothes off in the middle of the store and outbox that goddamn merchandise manager. No, I mean, I can outbox, outrun, outlift anybody in that store. And I can take orders. Those common petty sons of bitches till I can't stand it anymore.
I'm telling you, kid, if you were with me, I'd be happy out there.
See, Biff, everybody around me is so false that I'm constantly lowering my ideals.
Baby, together we'd stand up for one another. We'd have someone to trust.
God, if I were around you...
The trouble is we were not brought up to grub for money. I don't know how to do it.
Neither can I.
Then let's go.
Well, the only thing is, what can you make out there?
But look at your friend. He builds an estate and hasn't the peace of mind to live in it.
Yeah, but when he walks into the store, the waves parked in front of him. I mean that's $52,000 a year coming through the revolving door. And I got more of my pinky finger than he's got in his head.
Yeah, but you just said...
I gotta show some of those pompous, self-important executives over there that Hap Loman can make the grade. But I want to walk into the store the way he walks in. Then I'll go with you, Biff. Huh? Hey, we'll be together yet, I swear. Huh? Take those two we had tonight. Huh? Weren't they gorgeous creatures? Huh?
Yeah. Most gorgeous I had in years.
See, I get that any time I want, Biff. Whenever I feel disgusted, the only trouble is it's like bowling or something. I just keep knocking them over, and it doesn't mean anything. You still run around a lot?
Nah. I like to find a girl, steady, somebody with substance.
That's what I long for.
Oh, go on. You'd never come home.
Yeah, I would. Not somebody with character, but with resistance. Like Mom, you know? Hey, you're gonna call me a bastard when I tell you this. That girl Charlotte I was with tonight is engaged to be married in 5 weeks.
No kidding.
Yeah, sure. Guy's in line for the vice presidency of the store. Oh, what gets into me? Maybe I just have an overdeveloped sense of competition or something. I went and ruined her. Furthermore, I can't get rid of her. And he's the 3rd executive I've done that to. Isn't that a crummy characteristic? And to top it all, I'd go to their wedding. Like I'm not supposed to take bribes. You know, manufacturers offer me $100 bill now and then to throw an order their way. You know how honest I am. But it's like this girl, see? God, I hate myself for it because I don't want the girl. But still, I take it. And I love it.
Let's go to sleep.
I guess we didn't settle anything, huh?
Well, I just got this one idea I think I'm going to try.
Yeah, what's that?
Remember Bill Oliver?
Yeah, sure. Oliver is very big now. You want to work for him again?
No, but when I quit, he said something to me. He put his arm on my shoulder. He said, Biff, if you ever need anything, come to me.
Yeah, remember that. Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, I think I'll see him. If I could get $10,000 or even $7,000 or $8,000, I could buy a beautiful ranch.
I bet he'd back you. Because he thought highly of you, Biff. I mean, they all do. You're well liked, Biff. Hey, that's why I say to come back here, huh? No, and we both have the apartment. And I'm telling you, Biff, any babe you want, you just say the word.
With a ranch, I can do the work I like and still be something. I wonder if Oliver still thinks I stole that carton of basketballs.
God, he probably forgot that long ago. I mean, it's almost, 10 years. You're too sensitive. Anyway, he didn't really fire you.
I think he was going to. I think that's why I quit. I was never sure whether he knew or not. But I know he thought the world of me. I was the only one he'd let lock up the place.
What's the engine, Biff?
You hear that?
Doesn't he know Mom can hear that?
Well, don't get your sweater dirty, Biff.
Isn't that terrible? You don't leave again, will you? No, you'll find a job here. You gotta stick around. I don't know what to do about it. It's getting embarrassing.
What a Simonizing job.
Mom is hearing that.
No kidding, Biff. You got a date, huh? Well, it's wonderful.
Go on to sleep. But talk to him in the morning, will you?
With her in the house,
Look,
brother.
I wish you'd have a good talk.
That's selfish, stupid.
Sleep, Biff.
I just want to be careful with those girls, Biff. No, that's all. Don't make any promises. No promises of any kind. The girls, they always believe what you tell them. You're very young, Biff. You're too young to be talking seriously to girls. No, too young entirely, Biff. You want to watch your schooling first. When you're all set, there'll be plenty of girls for a boy like you. Yeah, that's so. The girls pay for you. Why, you must really be making a hit. I've been wondering why you polish the car so carefully. Hey, don't leave the hubcaps, boys. No, okay, get the chamois to the hubcaps. Hey, Happy, use newspaper on the windows. It's the easiest thing. Show them how to do it, Biff. See, Happy, pat it up. Use it like a pad. That's it. Good work. Yeah, you're doing all right, Happy. Hey, Biff. First thing we gotta do, we get time. We gotta clip that big branch over the house. I'm afraid it's gonna fall in a storm, hit the roof. Tell you what, we'll get a rope. We'll sling her around. We'll climb up there with a couple of saws. Take her down. Hey, as soon as you finish the car, boys, I want to see you. I got a surprise for you, boys.
What do you got, Dad?
No. You finish first. Never leave a job till you're finished. Now, remember that. Hey, Biff. Up in Albany, I saw a beautiful hammock. I think I'll buy it next trip. We'll hang it right between those two elms. Won't that be something, huh? Just swinging there under those branches, boy. That'd be...
How's that, Pop? Professional?
Terrific job, boys. Good work, Biff.
Hey, where's the surprise, Pop?
In the back seat of the car.
Boy.
What is it, Dad? Tell me, what'd you buy?
Never mind. Something I want you to have, huh?
What is it happened?
Oh, it's a punching bag.
Oh, Pop!
Got Gene Tunney's signature on it.
Gee, how'd you know we wanted a punching bag?
Well, it's the finest thing for the time.
Yeah, I'm losing weight. You notice, Pop?
Jumping rope is good, too, you know.
Hey, the new football I got?
Hey. Where'd you get a new ball?
The coach told me to practice my passing.
No, he gave you a ball, huh?
Well, I borrowed it from the locker room.
Hey, I want you to return that.
I told you you wouldn't like it.
I'm bringing it back.
Sure. He's got to practice for the regulation ball, doesn't he? Coach will probably congratulate you on your initiative.
He keeps congratulating my initiative all the time, Pop.
That's because he likes it. Somebody else took that ball, there'd be an uproar, huh? Joe, what's the report, boys? What's the report?
Where'd you go this time, Dad? Gee, we were lonesome for you.
Lonesome, huh?
Yeah, missed you every minute.
Yeah, you don't say. Now, I'll tell you a secret, boys. Now, don't breathe it to a soul. Someday I'll have my own business. I'll never have to leave home anymore.
Oh, like Uncle Charlie, huh?
Ah, bigger than Uncle Charlie. Charlie is not liked. He's liked, but he's not well liked.
Where'd you go this time, Dad?
I got on the road. I went north to Providence. I met the mayor.
The mayor of Providence?
He was sitting in the hotel lobby.
What'd he say?
He said, morning. I said, you got a fine city here, Mayor. He had coffee with me. Huh? Yeah. Went to Waterbury. Waterbury's a fine city. Big clock city. Famous Waterbury clock. Sold an ice mill there. And Boston? Boston is the cradle of the Revolution. Fine city. A couple of other towns in Mass, then on to Portland. Bangor. And straight home. Huh?
Gee, I would love to go with you sometime, Dad.
As soon as summer comes.
Promise?
You and Hap and I'll show you all the town. Huh? Yeah, America's full of beautiful towns. And fine, upstanding people. And they know me, boys. They know me up and down New England. The finest people. When I bring you fellas up, there'll be open sesame for all of us. Because one thing, boys, I have friends. I can park my car in any street in New England. The cops protect it like their own. This summer, huh?
Oh, yeah!
We'll take our bathing suits. Huh?
Hey, we'll carry your bags, Pop.
Would that be something? Me coming into the Boston stores with you boys carrying the bags? What a sensation. You nervous, Biff, about the game?
Not if you're gonna be there.
What do they say about you in school? Now they made you captain.
Oh, there's a crowd of girls behind him every time the class is changed.
This Saturday, Pop. Just for you, this Saturday, I'm gonna break through for a touchdown.
You're supposed to pass.
Well, I'm taking one play for Pop. You watch me. When I take off my helmet, that means I'm busting out. Then you watch me crash through that line.
Wait till I tell this in Boston, huh?
Where are you?
Whoop.
You're supposed to study with me today.
Hey, look at Bernard. What are you looking so anemic about, Bernard?
He's got to study, Uncle Willie. He's got Regents next week.
Hey, let's box, Bernard.
Listen, Biff, I heard Mr. Birnbaum say that if you don't start studying math, he's going to flunk you and you won't graduate. I heard.
You better study with him. Go ahead now.
Pop, you didn't see my new sneakers.
Hey, that's a beautiful job of printing.
Just because he printed University of Virginia on his sneakers doesn't mean they gotta graduate him, Uncle Willie.
What are you talking about? With scholarships, 3 universities. They're gonna flunk them.
Mr. Birnbaum said...
Don't be a pest. Bernard, he's such an anemic.
Okay. Waiting for you in my house, Biff.
Oh, Bernard is not well liked, is he?
Well, he's liked, but he's not well liked.
Yeah, that's right, Pop. That's just what I mean. Bernard can get the best marks in school, you understand? He gets out in the business world, you understand? You are going to be 5 times ahead of him. That's why I thank Almighty God you're both built like Adonis. The man who makes an appearance in the business world, the man who creates personal interest is the man who gets ahead. Be liked, and you will never want. Oh, take me, for instance. I never have to wait in line to see a buyer. Willie Loman's here. That's all they have to know. I go right through.
Did you knock him dead, Pop?
I knocked them cold in Providence, and I slaughtered them in Boston. Huh?
Hey, I'm loose and awake, and notice Pop.
Oh, dear.
Radar!
Oh, how the Chevy run.
Chevrolet, Linda's the greatest car ever built. He says, when do you let your mother carry wash up the stairs? Huh?
Grab hold there, boys.
Where to, Mom?
Hang them up on the line. You better go down to your friend's, Biff. The cellar's full of boys, and they don't know what to do with themselves.
When Pop comes home, they can wait.
Ah, you better go down. Tell them what to do, Biff.
I think I'll have them sweep out the furnace room.
Ah, good work, Biff.
Hey, fellas! Start sweeping out that furnace room. I'll be right down.
was selling thousands and thousands, I had to come home.
Oh, the whole block will be at that game. Oh, did you sell anything?
I did 500 gross in Providence and 700 gross in Boston.
No.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. I've got a pencil. Well, that makes your commission to 200, my God, $212.
I didn't figure it yet, but,
How much did you do?
well, I get about 180 gross in Providence. No, I came to roughly 200 gross on the whole trip.
200 gross. Well, that's...
Yeah, trouble was 3 of the stores were half closed for inventory in Boston. Otherwise, I would have broke records.
Well, that makes $70 and some pennies. That's very good.
What do we owe?
Well, on the first, there's $16 on the refrigerator.
Why 16?
Well, the fan belt roast, so it's $1.80.
But it's brand new.
Well, the man said that's the way it is, till they work themselves in, you know.
I hope we didn't get stuck on that machine.
Well, they've got the biggest ads of any of them.
I know. It's a fine machine. What else?
Well, there's $9.50 for the washing machine. And then for the vacuum cleaner, there's $3.50 due on the 15th. Then the roof, you've got $21 remaining.
It don't leak, does it?
No. They did a wonderful job. Then you owe Frank for the carburetor.
I'm not going to pay that man. That goddamn Chevrolet. They ought to prohibit the manufacture of that car.
Oh, well, you owe him $3.50, and odds and ends comes to around $120 by the 15th.
$120. My God. Business don't pick up. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Well, next week, you'll do better.
Hell, I'm not going to dead next week. Go to Hartford. Very well liked in Hartford. You know, the trouble is, Linda, people don't seem to take to me.
Oh, don't be foolish.
No, I know it when I walk in. They seem to laugh at me.
Why? Why would they laugh at you? Don't talk that way, Willie.
I don't know the reason for it. They just pass me by. I'm not noticed.
But you're doing wonderful, dear. You're making $70 to $100 a week.
I gotta be at it 10, 12 hours a day. Other men, I don't know, they do it easier. I don't know why. I can't stop myself. I talk too much. You know, a man ought to come in with a few words. One thing about Charlie, he's a man of few words. They respect him.
You don't talk too much. You're just lively.
I figure, what the hell? Life is short. A couple of jokes. I joke too much.
Why? You're...
I'm fat. I'm very foolish to look at, Linda. I didn't tell you, Christmas time. Happened to be calling on F.H. Stewart, a salesman I know. I was going in to see the buyer. I heard him say something about walrus. I cracked him right across the face. I won't take that. I simply will not take that. But they do laugh at me. I know that.
Darling.
I got to overcome it. I know. I got to overcome it. I'm not dressing to advantage. Maybe I...
Willie, darling. Willie. Darling, you are the handsomest man in the world.
No, Linda.
To me, you are the handsomest. And the boys, Willie? Oh, few men are idolized by their children the way you are.
You're the best there is, Linda. You're a pal, you know that? On the road. I want to grab you sometimes. I just want to kiss the life out of you. Because I get so lonely, you know, especially when business is bad. I got nobody to talk to. I get the feeling I'll never sell anything again. I won't make a living for you or a business, you know. A business for the boys. There's so much that I want to make for...
Me? You didn't make me, Willie. I picked you.
You picked me.
Mm-hmm, I did. I've been sitting at that desk watching all the salesmen go by day in and day out. Oh, but you have such a sense of humor, and we do have such a good time together, don't we? Oh, boy. I think you're a wonderful man.
Sure. Well, why do you have to go now?
Oh, it's 2 o'clock.
Come on in, come on.
No. My sisters will be scandalized.
Oh.
When will you be back?
Oh, 2 weeks. About. Will you come up again?
Sure thing. Uh-huh. Oh, you do make me laugh, you know. It's good for me.
You picked me, huh?
Yeah, sure, because you're so sweet and such a kidder.
Well, I'll see you next time I'm in Boston.
And, Willie,
Huh?
I will put you right through to the buyers.
Right. Well, bottoms up.
Wow! Willie, you just killed me, boy. You killed me. Oh, thanks for the stockings, huh?
Yeah?
I love a lot of stockings. Well, good night.
Good night. Keep your pores open.
Oh, Willie!
Oh, you are, Willie. You're the handsomest man. You've got no reason to feel
I'll make it all up to you, Linda.
There's nothing to make up. You're doing fine, better than.
What's that?
I'm just mending my stockings. They're so expensive.
Oh, I won't have you mending stockings in this house. Now, throw them out.
Where is he? He doesn't study.
You'll give him the answers.
I do, but I can't on a Regents. That's a state exam. They're liable to arrest me.
Where is he? I'll whip him. I'll whip him.
You better get back that football, Willie. This is not nice.
Ben! Where is he? Why is he taking everything?
He's too rough with the girls, Willie. All the mothers are afraid of him.
I'll whip him.
Driving the car without a license.
Shut up.
All the mothers are afraid of him.
He don't buckle down. He overflows mad.
Right, Willie. You got to talk to him.
There's nothing the matter with him. You want him to be a worm like Bernard? Huh? Spirit, personality. Loaded with it. Loaded. What is he stealing? He's giving it back, isn't he? Why is he stealing? What did I tell him? I never in my life told him anything but decent things. Now, why is he stealing?
Let's go.
Why does she have to wax the floors herself every time she waxes the floor? She keels over. Now, she knows that. Now, she knows that.
All right, take it easy. We'll brush your back tonight.
I got an awful scare. I nearly hit a kid in Yonkers. God. Why didn't I go to Alaska with my brother Ben that time? Ben? Oh, that man was a genius. That man was success incarnate. What a mistake. He begged me to go.
Well, there's no use in worrying about it right
You
now.
guys, there's a man. There's a man. Started with the clothes on his back. He ended up with diamond mines.
Boy, someday I'd like to know how he did it.
What's the mystery? Huh? Man knew what he wanted. He went out and he got it. He walked into a jungle. Comes out at the age of 21. He's rich. Rich. The world is an oyster. You don't crack it open on a mattress.
Pop, I told you, I'm gonna retire you for life.
No! You have to retire me for life on 70 goddamn dollars a week. Huh? Your women, your car, and your apartment, and you retire me for life? For Christ's sake, I couldn't get past Yonkers today. So where are you guys? Where are you? The woods are burning. I can't drive a car.
Everything all right?
Yeah. Yeah, Charlie, everything...
Yeah. What's the matter?
I heard some noise. I thought something happened. Can't we do something about the walls? You sneeze in here, and in my house, hats blow off.
Hey, let's go to bed, Dad. Come on.
Yeah, you go ahead. Yeah. I'm not tired at the moment.
Well, take it easy, huh?
What are you doing up?
Couldn't sleep good. I had a heartburn.
Well, you don't know how to eat.
I eat with my mouth.
Your ignorance. You gotta know about vitamins, things like that.
Come on, let's shoot. Tire you out a little.
All right. You got cards?
Yeah, I got 'em. Someplace. What is it with them vitamins?
Well, they build up your bones. Chemistry.
Yeah, but there's no bones in a heartburn.
What are you talking about? Do you know the first thing about it?
Don't get insulted.
Don't talk about something you don't know anything about.
What are you doing home?
Had a little trouble with the car.
I'd like to take a trip to California.
Yeah, you don't say.
You want a job?
I got a job. I told you that. What the hell are you offering me a job for?
Don't get insulted.
Well, don't insult me.
I don't see no sense in it. You don't have to go on.
I got a good job. What do you keep coming in here for?
You want me to go?
Can't understand it. Casey's going back to Texas again. What the hell is that?
Let him go.
I got nothing to give him, Charlie. I'm clean. I'm clean.
He won't starve. None of them starve. Forget about it.
What have I got to remember?
You take it too hard. To hell with it. When a deposit bottle is broken, you don't get your nickel back.
It's easy enough for you to say.
That ain't easy for me to say.
Yeah, you see the ceiling I put up in the living room?
That is a piece of work. To put up a ceiling is a mystery to me. How'd you do it?
What's the difference?
Well, talk about it.
You're gonna put up a ceiling?
How could I put up a ceiling?
Then what the hell are you bothering me for?
You're insulted again.
A man who can't handle tools is not a man. You're disgusting.
Don't call me disgusting.
I'm getting awfully tired, Ben.
Good. Keep playing. You'll sleep better. Did you call me Ben?
That's funny. For a second there, you reminded me of my brother, Ben.
I only have a few minutes.
You never heard from him again, huh? Since that time?
Didn't Linda tell you? A couple of weeks ago, we got a letter from his wife in Africa. He died.
That's so.
So this is Brooklyn, eh?
Maybe you're in for some of his money?
He had 7 sons. There's just one opportunity I had with that man.
You must make a train, William. There are several properties I'm looking at in Alaska.
Sure. If I'd gone with him to Alaska that time, everything would have been totally different.
Go on, you'd have froze to death up there.
What are you talking about?
Opportunity is tremendous in Alaska, William. Surprised you're not up there.
Sure, tremendous.
Huh?
It was the only man I ever met who knew the answers.
Who?
How are you all?
Fine. Fine.
Oh, pretty sharp tonight.
Is Mother living with you?
No, she died a long time ago.
Who?
That's too bad. Fine specimen of a lady, Mike. Huh? I hope to see the old girl.
Who died?
Turning father, have you?
What do you mean, who died?
What are you talking about?
William, it's 8:30.
Hey, that's my bill.
I put the ace.
Hey, you don't know how to play the game. I'm not going to throw my money away on you.
It was my ace, for God's sake.
I'm through.
When did Mother die?
A long time ago. Since the beginning, you never knew how to play cards.
All right, next time I'll bring a deck with 5 aces.
I don't play that kind of game.
You ought to be ashamed.
Yeah? Ignoramus.
So you're William.
Ben. I've been waiting for you for so long, but what's the answer, huh? How did you do it?
Oh, there's a story in that.
Is this bad?
How do you do, my dear?
Where have you been all these years? Oh, Billy always
Where's
wondered
Dad?
why you...
Didn't you follow him? How did you get started?
Well, I don't know how much you remember.
Oh, I was just a baby. Of course, 3 or 4 years old.
3 years and 11 months.
What a memory, Ben.
I have many enterprises, William, and I have never kept books.
I remember I was sitting under the wagon in, was it Nebraska?
It was South Dakota, and I gave you a bunch of wildflowers.
I remember you walking away down some open road.
I was going to find Father in Alaska.
Where is he?
At that age, I had a very faulty view of geography, William. I discovered after a few days that I was heading due south. So instead of Alaska, I ended up in Africa. The Gold Coast. Principally diamond mines.
Diamond mines?
Yes, my dear, but I've only a few minutes.
No. Boy! Listen to this. This is your Uncle Ben. A great man. Tell my boys, Ben.
Why, boys, when I was 17, I walked into the jungle. And when I was 21, I walked out. And by God, I was rich.
See what I've been talking about? The greatest things can happen.
I have an appointment at Catch a Can Tuesday week.
Oh, Ben, please, tell about that. I want my boys to hear. I want them to know the kind of stock they spring from. All I remember is a man with a big beard. I was in Mama's lap, sitting around a fire. Some kind of high music.
His flute! He played the flute!
Sure, the flute, that's right!
Father was a very great and a very wild-hearted man. We'd start in Boston, and he tossed the whole family into the wagon, and then he'd drive the team right across the country. Through Ohio and Indiana, Michigan, Illinois, and all the western states. And we'd stop in the towns and sell the flutes he'd made on the way. Great inventor, Father. With one gadget, he made more in a week than a man like you could make in a lifetime.
That's just the way I'm bringing them up, then. Rugged, well-liked, all round.
Yeah, hit that boy hard as you can.
No, sir.
I get you.
Come on, he's an old man. Come on, he's an old man. Come on. Good boy. Good boy.
Never fight fair with a stranger, boy. You'll never get out of the jungle that way. It was an honor and a pleasure to meet you, Linda.
Have a nice trip.
And good luck with your,
What do you do?
selling.
Yes.
No, Ben, I don't want you to... Oh, this is Brooklyn, I know. Oh, but we hunt, too.
Really now?
Oh, sure, all the snakes and the rabbits. That's why I moved out here. Why, Biff can fell any one of these trees in no time. Boys, go right over to where they're building the apartment house. Get some sand. We're going to rebuild the entire front stoop right now. Watch this, Ben.
Yes, sir. On the double half. I lost weight. You notice?
Listen, if they steal any more from that building, the watchman will put the cops on.
Don't let this.
You've ever seen the lumber they brought home last week? At least a dozen 6x10. Worth all kinds of money.
Listen, if that
No, I gave them hell, understand, but I got a couple of fearless characters there.
Willie, the jails are full of fearless characters.
And the stock exchange, friend.
Where are the rest of your pants?
My wife bought them.
Oh. Well, now all you need is a golf club. Huh? You can go upstairs and go to sleep. Yeah, great athlete. Between him and his sunburned arm, they can't hammer a nail.
How'd you do in Portland this trip?
I decapitated him, Ben. I can't handle the volume.
Oh, he would have done better if they hadn't been closed for inventory.
Greatest week in my history.
The watchman's chasing Biff.
Shut up. Hey, he's not stealing anything. Hey! Oh, there's nothing wrong with that with you. Nervy boy. Good. Nerves of iron. That's Biff.
Don't know what it is, Willie. My New England man comes back and he's bleeding. They murdered him up there. Can't sell a nickel for 3 cents.
Contacts, Charlie. I got important contacts.
Glad to hear it, Willie. Come in later. We'll shoot a little casino. I'll take some of your Portland money.
Business is bad. It's murderous. Oh, not for me, of course. I'll stop by on my way back to Africa. Now, can't you stay a few days? You're just what I need, Ben, because... No, I have a fine position here. Dad left when I was such a baby. I never had a chance to talk to him. I still feel kind of temporary about myself. I'll be late for my train. Oh, Ben, my boys, can't we talk? They go into the jaws of hell for me, see?
You're being first rate with your boys, Willie. Outstanding, manly chaps.
Ben, that's good to hear, because sometimes I'm afraid I'm not teaching them the right kind. Ben? Ben, how should I teach them?
William, when I walked into the jungle, I was 17. When I walked out, I was 21. And by God, I was rich!
That's just the spirit. I want to imbue them with that. Walk into a jungle. I was right. I was right! I was right!
Willie, dear Willie.
I was right!
Did you have some cheese? It's very late, darling. Come to bed, huh?
You'll break your neck to see a star in this yard.
Are you coming in?
Whatever happened to that diamond watch fob? Remember when Ben came from Africa that time? Didn't he give me a watch fob? With a diamond in it.
You pawned it, dear, 12 or 13 years ago. For Biff's radio correspondence course.
Gee, that was a beautiful thing. We'll take a walk.
But you're in your slippers.
I was right. I was. Ah, what a man. There's a man we're talking to. I was right.
What is he doing out there? Oh, shh. God almighty, Mom, how long's he been doing this?
Don't, he'll hear you.
What the hell's the matter with him?
It will pass by morning.
Shouldn't we do anything?
My dear, you should do a lot of things. But there's nothing to do, so go to sleep.
I never heard him so loud, Mom.
Well, come around more often, you'll hear it.
Why didn't you ever write me about this, Mom?
How would I write to you? For over 3 months, you had no address.
I was on the move. You know I thought about you all the time. You know that, don't you, pal?
Yes, I know, dear. I know. But he likes to have a letter. Just to know that there's still a possibility for better things.
He isn't like this all the time, is he?
It's when you come home, he's always the worst.
When I come home?
When you write you're coming, he's all smiles. He talks about the future. He's just wonderful. And the closer you seem to come, the more shaky he gets. And then by the time you get here, he's arguing and he seems angry at you. I think it's just that it's maybe that he can't bring himself to open up to you. Well, why are you so hateful to each other? Why is that?
I'm not hateful, Mom.
But you no sooner come in the door than you're fighting.
I don't know why. I mean to change. I'm trying, Mom. You understand?
Are you home to stay now?
I don't know. I want to look around, see what's doing.
Biff, you can't look around all your life.
I can't take hold, Mom. I can't take hold of some kind of a life.
Biff, a man is not a bird to come and go with the springtime.
Your hair. Your hair got so gray.
Well, it's been gray since you were in high school. I just stopped dyeing it, that's all.
Well, dye it again, will you? I don't want my pal looking old.
You are such a boy. You think you can go away for a year and, well, you gotta get it into your head now that one day you're gonna knock on this door. There'll be strange people here.
Ah, what are you talking about, Mom? You're not even 60.
Well, what about your father?
Well, I meant him, too.
Yeah, he admires Pop.
Biff, dear, if you don't have any feelings for him, you can't have any feelings for me.
Oh, sure I can, Mom.
No. Biff, you can't just come here to see me because I love him. He is the dearest man in the world to me. And I won't have anyone making him feel unwanted and low and blue. Now, you've got to get it into your head now, darling. There's no leeway anymore. Either he is your father and you pay him that respect, or you're not to come here. I know he's not easy to get along with. But nobody knows that better than me.
Oh, what the hell is the matter with him?
Don't go near him.
Oh, stop. Stop making excuses for him. He always wiped the floor with you. Never had an ounce of respect for you.
He always had respect for her.
What the hell do you know about
Hey, just
it?
don't call him crazy.
He's got no character. Charlie wouldn't do this. Not in his own house. Spewing out that vomit from his mind.
Oh, well, Charlie never had to cope with what he's got.
Oh, people are worse off than Willie Loman. Believe me, I've seen them.
Then make Charlie your father, Biff. You can't do that, can you? I don't say he's a great man. Willie Loman, he never made a lot of money. His name was never in the paper. He's not the finest character that ever lived, but he's a human being. And a terrible thing is happening to him, so attention must be paid. He's not to be allowed to fall into his grave like an old dog. Attention! Attention must finally be paid to such a person. crazy.
I didn't mean it like
No.
that.
A lot of people think he's lost his balance. But you don't have to be very smart to know what his trouble is. The man is exhausted.
Sure.
A small man can be just as exhausted as a great man. He works for a company 36 years. This March opens up unheard of territories to their trademark. And now in his old age, they take his salary away.
I didn't know that, Mom.
You never asked. My dear, now that you get your spending money someplace else, you don't trouble your mind about him.
But I gave you money.
Christmas time, $50. To fix the hot water, it cost $97.50. For 5 weeks, he has been on straight commission like a beginner, an unknown.
Ah, those ungrateful bastards.
Are they any worse than his sons? When he brought them business when he was young, they were glad to see him. But now his old friends, the old buyers that loved him so, and they always found some order to have him in a pinch, they're all dead, retired. He used to be able to make 6, 7 calls a day in Boston. Now, he takes his valises out of the car and he puts them back and he takes them out again. And he's exhausted. Instead of walking, he talks now. He drives 700 miles a day. When he gets there, nobody knows him anymore. Nobody welcomes him. What goes through a man's mind, driving 700 miles home without having earned a cent? Why should he talk to himself? Why, when he has to go to Charlie and borrow $50 a week and pretend to me it's his pay?
Oh, jeez.
How long can that go on? How long? But do you see what I'm sitting here and waiting for? And you tell me that he has no character? A man that never worked a day but for your benefit? When does he get the medal for that? Is this his reward, to turn around at the age of 63 and find his sons that he loved better than his life? One a philandering bum.
Mom.
That's all you are, my baby. And you? What happened to the love you had for him? You were such pals. How you used to talk to him every night on the phone. How lonely he was till he could come home to you.
All right, Mom. I'll live here in my room. I'll get a job. I'll keep away from him, that's all.
No, Vic, you can't stay here and fight all the
He
time.
threw me out of this house, remember that?
Well, why did he do that? I never knew why.
Because I know he's a fake! And he don't like anybody around who knows.
Why, a fake? In what way? What do you mean?
Don't lay it all to my feet. It's between me and him, that's all I gotta say about it. I'll chip in from now on. He'll settle for half my paycheck. He'll be all right. I'm going to bed.
He won't be all right.
Oh, I hate this city! I'll stay! What do you want?
He's dying, Vic.
Why is he dying?
He's been trying to kill himself.
How?
I live from day to day.
Well, what are you talking about?
Remember I wrote you that he smashed up the car again in February?
Well?
The insurance inspector came, and he said that they have evidence that all these accidents in the last year, that they weren't accidents.
Well, how can they tell that? That's a lie.
It seems there's a woman.
What woman?
What?
Nothing. Go ahead.
What? What did you say?
Nothing. I just said, what woman?
Yeah, what about?
It seems that she was walking down the road and she saw his car. She said he wasn't driving fast at all and that he didn't skid. She said he came up to that little bridge and then he deliberately smashed into the railing, and it was only the shallowness of the water that saved him.
Oh, no. He probably just fell asleep again.
I don't think he fell asleep.
Why not?
Last month, Boys, it's very hard to say a thing like this. He's just a big, stupid man to you. But I tell you that there is more good in him than in many other people. I was looking for a fuse. The lights blew out, and I went down the cellar, and behind the fuse box, it happened to fall out, was a length of rubber pipe, just short.
No kidding.
There's a little attachment on the end, and I knew right away, and sure enough, on the bottom of the water heater, there's a new little nipple on the gas pipe.
Oh, that jerk! Did you have it taken off? Mom!
No, I'm ashamed to. How can I mention it to him? Why, every day I go down and I take away that little rubber pipe, and when he comes home, I put it back where it was. How can I insult him that way? I don't know what to do. I just live from day to day. I tell you, oh, I know every thought in his mind. Sounds so old-fashioned and foolish. I tell you, he put his whole life into you, and now you've turned your backs on him. Biff, I swear to God, Biff, his life is in your hands.
How do you like that damn fool?
Okay. Okay, pal. It's settled now. I've been remiss, Mom. I know that. But I'll stay now, and I swear to you I'll apply myself. Just, I don't fit in business. Not that I won't try, because I'll try and I'll make good.
Yeah, sure you will. You know the trouble with you in business was you never tried to please people.
Yeah, I know.
Well, like when you worked for Harrison. Look, Bob Harrison thought you were the tops. And then you go and do some damn fool thing like whistling whole songs in the elevator like a comedian.
So what? I like to whistle sometimes.
Well, you don't raise a guy to a responsible job who whistles in the elevator.
Don't argue about that
Like when you go off and swim in the middle of the day instead of taking a line around.
Oh, you don't run off? You take off sometimes, don't you, on a nice summer day?
Yeah, but I cover myself.
Boys.
See, if I'm gonna take a fade, the boss can call any number where I'm supposed to be, and they'll swear to him I just left. You know, and I'll tell you something else, Biff. I'll tell you something else I hate to say. But in the business world, some of them think you're crazy.
Yeah, screw the business world!
Screw it, great, but cover your
I don't care what they think! They laughed at that for years. You know why? Because we don't belong in this nut house of a city. We should be mixed in cement on some open plain. Or carpenters. Are carpenters allowed to whistle?
Even your grandfather was better than a carpenter. You never grew up. Bernard does not whistle in the elevator, I assure you.
Yeah, but you do, Pop.
I never in my life whistled in an elevator. Who in the business world thinks I'm crazy?
I didn't mean it like that, Pop. Don't go making a whole thing out of it, okay?
Go back to the West. Be a carpenter, cowboy. Enjoy yourself.
Willie, he was just saying.
Oh, I heard what he said.
Oh, hey, Pop, come on.
They laughed at me, huh? Go to Filene's. Go to the Hub. Go to Slattery's, Boston. Call out the name Willie Loman, see what happens. Big shot.
Okay, Pop.
Hey!
All right!
Why do you always insult me?
I didn't say a word. Did I say a word?
He didn't say anything, Willie. Willie, dear, he
If
just
you're tired
decided.
hanging around tomorrow, paint the ceiling I put up in the living room.
I'm leaving early tomorrow.
He's going to see Bill Oliver, Pop.
Oliver? For what?
Well, he always said he'd stake me. I'd like to go into business, so maybe I can take him up on it.
Isn't that wonderful?
Don't interrupt. What's wonderful about it? There's 50 men in the city of New York that had staked him. Sporting goods.
I guess so. I know something about it.
You know something about it. You know sporting goods better than Spalding, for God's sake. How much is he giving you?
I don't know. I didn't even see him yet.
Well, what are you talking about?
I just said I was going to see him, that's all.
You're counting your chickens again.
Jesus, I'm
Don't
going
curse in this house.
Since when did you get so clean?
Don't use that language to me. I won't have
Wait a minute, wait a minute. Look, I got an idea. I got a feasible idea. Come here, please. Let's talk this over now. Let's talk some sense here. Look, when I was down in Florida last time, I thought of a great idea to sell sporting goods. It just came back to me. You and I, Biff, we have a line. The Loman line. We train a couple of weeks, and we put on a couple exhibitions.
Now, that's an idea.
Now, wait. We form 2 basketball teams, see? 2 water polo teams. We play each other. See, it's $1 million worth of publicity. 2 brothers, see, the Loman brothers, displays in the Royal Palace, the hotels, and banners over the ring and the basketball court. Loman. Maybe we could sell sporting goods.
That is a $1 million idea.
Marv!
I'm in great shape as far as that's concerned.
The beauty of it is, this wouldn't be like a business. We'd be out playing ball again, huh? And you wouldn't get fed up with it, huh? Oh, it'd be the family again.
The world.
There'd be the old honor and the comrade.
You 2 guys together, you could absolutely lick the civilized world.
You can do it without some smart cookie getting up ahead.
All right, I'll see Oliver tomorrow. Hap, if we could work this out.
Maybe things are beginning.
Stop interrupting. Don't wear a sport jacket and slacks when you see Oliver.
No.
A business suit.
Yeah.
Don't talk as little as possible. Don't crack any jokes.
But he did like me. He always liked me.
He loved you.
You stop. Walk in very serious. You're not applying for a boy's job. Money is to pass. Be quiet. Fine. Serious. Everybody likes a kidder, but nobody lends them money.
Yeah, I'll try to get some myself, Biff. I'm sure I can.
I see great things for you, kids. I think your troubles are over. But remember, start big and you'll end big. Ask for 15. How much you gonna ask for?
Gee, I don't know.
No, don't say G. G is a boy's word. A man walking in for $15,000 does not say G.
At 10, I think would be top.
Don't be so modest. You always started too low, huh? Walk in with a big laugh. Don't look worried. Start off with a couple of good stories. Lighten things up. It's not what you say. It's how you say it, because personality always wins the day.
Oliver always did think the highest stuff.
Will you let me talk?
Don't yell at it, Dad, will you?
No, I was talking.
I just don't like you yell at all the time, I'm telling you, that's all.
You're taking over the house?
Willie?
Oh, don't take your side all the time. God damn it.
Stop yelling at her!
Hey, give my regards to Bill Aldrich. You may remember me.
What did you have to start that for? Oh, did you see how sweet he was as soon as you talked to Willie? You come up. You say goodnight to him, huh? You don't let him go to bed that way.
Yeah, come on, Biff. Let's fuck him up. Huh?
Come on, dear. Come on. Ooh, you just say goodnight. It takes so little to make him happy. Come. Your pajamas are hanging in the bathroom, Willie.
What a woman. They broke the mold when they made her. You know that, Biff?
He's off salary. My God, he's working on commission.
Well, let's face it. He's no hotshot selling man. Sometimes you have to admit he's a sweet personality.
Hey, lend me $10, will you? I want to buy some new ties.
Yeah, I'll take you to a place I know. Beautiful stuff. Hey, wear one of my striped shirts tomorrow.
She got gray. Mom got awful old. Gee, I'm gonna go in tomorrow and I'm gonna knock Oliver.
Hey, come on up, tell it to Pop. Let's give him a whirl. Huh?
Yeah,
Come
boy,
on.
with 10,000 bucks?
That's the talk. That's the first time I heard the old confidence out of you, huh? You're gonna live with me, kid. And I'm telling you, any babe you want, you just say the word, huh? Because there are so many girls. Huh?
Can you do anything about the shower? It drips.
Sudden everything falls to pieces. Goddamn plumbing. They ought to be sued, those people. I just finished putting it in.
I was just wondering if Oliver will remember him. You think he might?
Remember him. What's the matter with you? You're crazy. If he stayed with Oliver, he'd be on top by now. If Oliver gets a look at him. Yeah, you don't know the average caliber anymore. The average young man today has got a caliber of 0. The greatest thing in the world for him was to bum around. Hey, glad to hear it, boy.
He wanted to say goodnight to you, Squash.
Yeah? Knock him dead, boy. What'd you want to tell me?
Just take it easy, Pop. Good night.
If anything falls off the desk, while you're talking to him, like a package or something, don't you pick it up. They have office boys for that.
I'll make a big breakfast.
Will you let me finish? Tell him you're in business in the West, not farm work.
Okay, Dad.
I think everything's...
Don't undersell yourself. No less than $15,000.
All right, good night, Mom.
Because you've got a greatness in you, Biff. Now, you remember that. You've got all kinds of greatness.
Sleep well, darling.
I'm gonna get married, Mom. I wanted to tell you.
Go to bed, dear.
I just wanted to tell you.
Yeah, keep up the good work. Remember that Ebbets Field game? The championship of the city.
Just rest. Should I sing to you?
Hmm? Yeah. Yeah, sing to me. Right. When that team came out on the field, he was the tallest, remember? Like a young god. Like Hercules. Something like that. And the sun. The sun was all around him. Remember how he waved to me? Right from the field. With the representatives of 3 colleges standing by. All the buyers I brought. And the cheers. The cheers when he came on. Low. 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 God almighty, he'll be great yet. A star like that. Magnificent. Can never really fade away.
Willie, dear? What's he got against you?
I'm so tired. Don't talk anymore.
Will you ask Howard to let you work in New York?
First thing in the morning. Everything's gonna be all right. Gee, look at the moon moving between the buildings. coffee. Meal in itself.
Well, can I make you some eggs?
No, no, no. Take a breath.
You look so rested, dear.
I slept like a dead one. First time in months. Imagine sleeping till 10 on a Tuesday morning. Boys left nice and early.
Oh, they were out of here by 8 o'clock.
Well, good work.
So thrilling to see them leaving together. I can't get over the shaving lotion in this house. Biff was very changed this morning. His whole attitude seemed hopeful. He couldn't wait to get downtown to see Oliver.
He's heading for a change. There's no question. There's simply a certain men that take longer to get solidified. Well, how'd he dress?
His blue suit. Oh, he's so handsome in that suit. He could be anything in that suit.
No question. No question at all. See, on the way home tonight, I'd like to buy some seeds.
Oh, that would be wonderful. But not enough sun gets back there. Nothing will grow anymore.
Well, you wait, kid. Before it's all over, we're gonna get a little place out in the country. Huh? Raise some vegetables, a couple of chickens.
You'll do it yet, dear.
I'll get married. To come for a weekend. I could build a little guest house. I got so many fine tools. All I need be a little lumber, some peace of mind.
I sewed the lining.
I could build 2 guest houses. They both come. Did you decide how much he's going to ask Oliver for?
Well, he didn't mention it, but I imagine 10 or 15,000. Are you going to talk to Howard today?
Oh, yeah. Put it to him straight and simple. He's just going to have to take me off the road.
And Willie, don't forget to ask for a little advance because we've got the insurance premium. It's the grace period now.
That's 108.68
108.68 because we're a little short again.
Why are we short?
Well, you had the motor job on the car.
Goddamn Studebaker.
And you've got one more payment on the refrigerator.
It just broke again.
Well, it's old, dear.
I told you we should have bought a well-advertised machine. Charlie bought a General Electric. 20 years old. It's still good. That son of a bitch.
But Willie...
Who ever heard of a Hastings refrigerator? Once in my life, I'd like to own something outright before it's broken. Always in a race with the junkyard. Just finished paying for the car. It's on its last legs. A refrigerator consumes belts like a goddamn maniac. You know, they timed those things. They timed them so when you finally paid for them, they used up.
All told, about $200 would carry us. But that includes the last payment on the mortgage, Willie. After this payment, the house belongs to us.
25 years.
Biff was 9 years old when we bought it.
That's a great thing. Whether a 25-year mortgage,
It's an accomplishment.
all cement, lumber, the reconstruction I put in this house. There ain't a crack to be found in it anymore.
Well, it served its purpose.
What purpose? Some stranger will come along, move in, that's it. Only Biff would take this house and I'll raise a family. Goodbye. Late.
Oh, I forgot. You're supposed to meet them for dinner.
Me?
Frank's Chop House, 48th near 6th Avenue.
Oh, is that so? Well, how about you?
No, just the 3 of you. They're going to blow you to a big meal.
You don't say. Well, who thought of that?
Biff came to me this morning, Willie. He said, tell Dad we want to blow you to a big meal. Be there at 6 o'clock. You and your 2 boys are going to have dinner.
Yeah, gee whiz, that's really something. Gonna knock Howard for a loop, kid. I'll get an advance. I'll come home with a New York job. God damn it, now I'm gonna do it.
Oh, that's the spirit, Willie.
I will never get behind a wheel the rest of my life.
It's changing, Willie. I can feel it changing.
Beyond the question. Goodbye. I'm late.
Got your glasses?
Yeah.
And your handkerchief?
Yeah.
And your saccharin?
Yeah, I got my sack.
Be careful on the subway stairs.
You'll just stop mending stockings. At least while I'm in the house. It gets me nervous. I can't tell you, please.
Remember Frank's Chop House.
Maybe beets would grow out there.
Oh, you've tried so many times.
Yeah. Don't work hard today.
Be careful. Yeah, he'll be there for dinner at 6 o'clock. I didn't forget. Now listen. No, listen. I was just dying to tell you. Do you remember that little rubber pipe I told you about that he connected to the gas heater? Well, I finally decided to go down the cellar this morning and take it away and destroy it, but it's gone. Imagine he took it away himself. It isn't there. When? Then you took it. Oh. Oh. Nothing. No, nothing. Well, I just hoped he'd taken it away himself. I'm not worried. Darling, no. This morning, he left in such high spirits, it was like the old days. Now, I'm not afraid anymore. Did Mr. Oliver see you? Well, you wait there then, and you make a good impression on him, darling. Just don't perspire too much before you see him. And you have a nice time with Dad. Oh, he may have big news, too. That's right. A New York job. You'll be sweet to him tonight, darling. You'll be loving to him because he's only a little boat looking for a harbor. Oh, Biff! Ah, that's wonderful. Oh, God, you'll save his life. You just put your arm around him when he comes into that restaurant. You give him a smile. Huh? That's my boy. Goodbye. Oh, got your comb? That's fine. Goodbye, Biff, darling.
Hey, can I see you a minute, Howard?
Oh, come in, Willie. Sorry to keep you waiting.
I have a little talk with you, Howard.
Sure, 2 minutes. You ever seen one of these, Willie?
Howard, I want to ask you a little favor.
Most terrific machine I ever saw in my life. I was up all night with it.
Huh? What is it?
Wire recorder. Just got delivery yesterday. It's been driving me crazy.
What do you do with it?
Well, I bought it for dictation, but you can do anything with it. Now, listen to this. I had it home last night. Listen to what it picked up. Now, the first one is my daughter. Get this. Listen to that kid whistle.
Gee, that is lifelike, isn't it?
Yeah, 7 years old. Get that tone.
Now you, Daddy.
Oh, she's crazy for me.
Hey,
Now, that's me.
you're very good.
Yeah. Get this now. This is my son.
The capital of Alabama is Montgomery. The capital of Arizona is Phoenix. The capital of Arkansas is Sonora.
5 years old, huh?
He'll make an announcer someday.
Yeah, get that. Alphabetical order.
The capital of
Now, wait a minute. The maid kicked the plug out.
Yeah, well, that certainly
No,
is.
shh, for God's sake.
It's 9 o'clock, full over watch time, so I have to go to sleep.
Yeah, that really is a good
Now, wait a minute. The next one's my wife.
Go on, say something. What, you gonna talk?
I can't think of anything.
Well, talk. It's turning.
Hello? Oh, Howard, I can't talk into
That was my wife.
Yeah, that's a wonderful machine. Can
I'll
we...
tell you, Willie. I'm going to take my camera, my bandsaw, all my other hobbies. Out they go. This is the most fascinating relaxation I've ever found.
Yeah, I think I'll get one myself.
Well, sure, they're only 100 and a half. I mean, you can't do without. Now, supposing you want to hear Jack Benny. See? But you can't be home at that hour. So, you tell the maid to turn the radio on when Jack Benny comes on. This automatically goes on with the radio.
And when you come home, you just...
You come home 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, anytime you want. Get yourself a Coke, sit yourself down, throw a switch. There's Jack Benny's program in the middle of the night.
All right, I'm definitely going to get one. There are lots of times I'm on the road, I think to myself, what I must be missing on the radio.
Well, don't you have a radio in the car?
Yeah. Well, whoever thinks of turning it on.
Say, aren't you supposed to be in Boston?
Yeah, that's what I want to talk to you about. Howard, you got a minute?
What happened? What are you doing here?
Well,
You didn't crack up again, did you?
no.
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 Oh, geez, you had me worried there for a minute. What's the trouble?
Well, tell you the truth, Howard. I've come to the decision I'd rather not travel anymore.
Not travel? Well, what'll you do?
Well, you remember Christmas time, when you had the party here, you said you'd try to think of some spot for me here in town.
Oh, with us?
Well, sure.
Oh, well, yeah, I remember. Well, gee, I couldn't think of anything for
Yeah,
you.
I tell you, Howard, well, the kids are all grown up, you know, and I don't need much anymore. If I could take home $65 a week, I could swing it.
Yeah?
I'll
Well,
tell you
Willie, see,
why, Howard. Speaking frankly, between the two of us, though, huh? I'm just a little tired.
Oh. Well, I could understand that, Willie. But you're a road man, Willie. And, well, we do a road business. See, we've only got half a dozen salesmen on the floor here.
God knows, Howard, look, I never asked a favor of any man.
Oh, no.
I was with the firm when your father used to carry you in here in his arms.
Oh, I know that, Willie,
Oh,
but
your father came to me on the day you were born. He asked me what I thought of the name of Howard. May he rest in peace.
No, I appreciate that, Willie, but there just is no spot here for you. If I had a spot, I'd slam you right in. But I just don't have a single solitary spot.
Howard. All I need to set my table is $50 a week.
Now, where am I going to put you, kid?
Look, it isn't a question of whether I can sell merchandise, is it?
No, but it's a business, kid. And everybody's got to pull his own weight.
Just let me tell you a little story, Howard.
But you got to admit, business is business.
Oh, business is definitely business. Just listen for a minute. You don't understand this. See, when I was a boy, 18, 19, I was already on the road. There was a question in my mind as to whether selling had a future for me. Because in those days, I had a yearning to go to Alaska.
What?
There were 3 gold strikes in 1 month in Alaska. I felt like going out. Just for the ride, you might say.
Don't say.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my father lived many years in Alaska. He was an adventurous man. We got quite a little streak of self-reliance in our family, you know. So I thought I'd go out with my older brother and try to locate him. And maybe I would settle in the north with the old man. Now, I was almost decided to go when I met a salesman in the Parker House. His name was Dave Singleman, and he was 84 years old. 84. He had drummed merchandise in 31 states. Old Dave. He'd go up to his room, you understand? He'd put on his green velvet slippers. I'll never forget. Pick up his phone and call the buyers. And without ever leaving his room, at the age of 84, he made his living.
Oh.
Huh? Boy, when I saw that, I realized selling was the greatest career a man could want. What could be more satisfying, Howard, than to be able to go at the age of 84? Oh, sure. 20, 30 different cities, pick up a phone and be remembered and loved and helped by so many different people, you know? When he died... By the way, he died the death of a salesman in his green velvet slippers in the smoker of the New York, New Haven, and Hartford going into Boston. And when he died, hundreds of salesmen, buyers, were at his funeral. Things were sat on a lot of trains for months after that. See what I mean, Howard? See, in those days, there was personality, Howard. Oh, there was respect. There was comradeship. There was gratitude. Today it's all cut and dried. No chance for bringing friendship to bear. Personality. See what I mean, Howard? Yeah, well, of course, they don't know me anymore.
That's just the thing, Willie.
If I had $40 a week, it's all I'd need. $40.
Kid, I can't take blood from a stone.
Howard, the year. I think it was the year Al Smith was nominated. Your father came to me.
I've got to see some people, kid.
I'm talking about your father. There were promises made across this desk. You mustn't tell me you've got people to see. Not me. I put 34 years. This firm, Howard, can't pay my insurance. You can't eat the orange and throw the peel away. A man is not a piece of fruit. Pay attention. Your father, 1928. 1928. I had a big year. I averaged $170 a week in commissions in 1928.
You never averaged $170 a week.
I averaged $170 a week in the year of 1920. Your father came to me. No. I was in the office here, right over this desk. He put his hand on my shoulder.
You'll have to excuse me.
Willie! I gotta see some people. Pull yourself together.
I'll be back in a little while.
Howard, pull myself together. What the hell did I say to him? I was yelling. Yelled at him. Frank! Don't you remember what you told me that time? Frank? Hey, you put your hand on my shoulder. You look right.
From New York is Albany. The capital of North Carolina is Raleigh. The capital of North Dakota is Bismarck. The capital of Oklahoma is Oklahoma City. The capital of Oregon is Salem.
Howard!
The capital of Pennsylvania is Pittsburgh. The capital of Rhode Island is Concord. The capital of South Carolina is Columbia. The capital of South Dakota is Pierre. The capital of
Look, Willie, I gotta get myself some coffee. I'll get some coffee.
Willie, look.
I'll go to Boston.
Willie, you can't go to Boston for us.
Why can't I go?
I don't want you to represent us. I've been meaning to tell you for a long time.
Howard, are you firing me?
I think you need a good long rest,
Howard.
Willie, and when you feel better, come back. Maybe we can work something out.
I gotta earn money, Howard. I'm in no position.
Where are your sons? Why don't your sons?
Oh, they're working on a very big deal.
Now, this is no time for false pride, Willie. You go to your sons and you tell them you're tired. You got two great boys there, haven't you?
No question. In the meantime.
Well, then that's all right.
Right. I'll go to Boston tomorrow.
No.
I can't throw myself on my son. I'm not a cripple.
Look, kid, I'm busy this morning. I gotta...
Howard, you gotta let me go to Boston.
No, sit down. Now take 5 minutes, pull yourself together, and then go home. Will ya? I need the office, Willie.
Oh, yeah, whenever you can this week, stop by and drop off the samples. You'll feel better, Willie. And then come back and we'll talk. Gee, pull yourself together, kid. There's people outside. Ben? Ben? How did you do it, Ben? What is the answer? Did you wind up the Alaska deal already?
Doesn't take much time if you know what you're doing. Just a short business trip. Boarding ship in an hour. Wanted to say goodbye.
Ben, I gotta talk to you.
Haven't the time when...
Hey! Nothing's working out, Ben. I don't know what to do.
Now look here, William. I bought timberland in Alaska. And I need a man to look after things for me.
God, Timberland. Timberland, me and my boys in those grand outdoors.
You've a new continent at your doorstep, William. Get out of these cities. They're full of talk and time payments and courts of law. Screw on your fists, and you can fight for a fortune up there.
Yeah. Linda!
It's time. No, wait!
Oh, you're back.
Linda, he's got a proposition for me in Alaska.
He's got a beautiful job here.
Oh, but in Alaska...
You're doing well enough, Willie.
Enough for what, my dear?
Don't say those things to him. It's enough to be happy. Right here, right now.
Why must everybody conquer the world? You're well liked and the boys love you and so...
Why, old man Wagner told him just the other day, if he keeps it up, he'll be a member of the firm. Didn't he, Willie?
Sure. I am building something with this firm, Ben. If a man is building something, he must be on the right track, mustn't he?
What are you building? Lay your hands on it. Where is it?
It's true, Linda. There's nothing.
Why? There is a man 84 years old.
That's right, Ben. That's right! When I look at that man, I say, what is there to worry about? Oh, it's true, Ben. Oh, all he has to do is go to any city, pick up a phone, and he's making his living. You know why?
I've got to go!
Look at this boy! Without a penny to his name. 3 great universities are begging for him, and from there, the sky's the limit. Because it's not what you do, Ben. It's who you know. It's a smile on your face. It's contacts, Ben. Contacts! The whole wealth of Alaska passes over the lunch table at the Commodore Hotel. And that's the wonder of this country, that a man can end with diamonds here on the basis of being liked. That's why when you get out of that field today, it's important. It's important! Because thousands of people will be rooting for you and loving you. And then, when he walks into a business office, his name will sound out like a bell. And all the doors will open to him. I've seen it. I've seen it 1,000 times. Yet you can't feel it with your hand like timber. But it's there. Goodbye, William Fenn. Am I right? Don't you think I'm right? I value your advice. You've a new continent at your doorstep, William. You could walk out rich. Rich. Yeah. We'll do it here, Ben. You hear me? We're gonna do it here!
Oh, gee, I was afraid you left already.
Why, what time is it?
It's 1:30.
Oh, come on, everybody. Ebbets Field, next stop. Where's the pennant?
Did you pack fresh on your way?
I want to go.
I'm carrying your helmet, ain't I? No, I'm carrying the helmet. I'm carrying the helmet. How am I going to get into the locker room?
Let him carry the shoulder guards.
Because I told everybody I'm going to be in the locker room.
You know, in Ebbets Field, it's the clubhouse.
And the clubhouse.
Yeah. Biff! Let him carry the shoulder guards.
All right, stay close to us now.
Everybody wave when Biff comes out of that field, huh?
Ready to go, Pop. Every muscle is ready.
You realize what this means?
Yeah, that's right, Pop.
You're coming home this afternoon. Captain of the All-Scholastic Championship team of the city of New York.
I got it, Pop. And remember, pal, when I take off my helmet, the touchdown's for you.
Let's go! I got no room for you, Charlie.
Room for what?
In the car.
You going for a ride? I wanted to shoot some casino.
Casino? You realize what today is?
Oh, he knows, Willie. He's just kidding you.
Hey, that's nothing to kid about.
No, Linda, what's going on?
Oh, he's playing in Ebbets Field.
Baseball in this weather?
Yeah, don't talk to him. Come on, come on!
Hey, wait a minute. Did you hear the news?
What?
Don't you listen to the radio. Ebbets Field just blew up.
Yeah, you go to hell. Come on, Willie.
No,
I don't think that was funny, Charlie. This is the greatest day of his life.
Willie, when are you gonna grow up?
Yeah, all right, you wait till this game is over, Charlie. You'll be laughing out of the other side of your face. They'll be calling him another Red Grange. $25,000 a year.
Is that so?
Yeah, that's so.
Well, then I'm sorry, Willie, but tell me something.
What?
Who's Red Grange?
Put up your hands, goddammit. Put up your hands. Who the hell do you think you are? Or you think you're better than everybody else? You don't know everything, you big, ignorant, stupid. Put up your hands. What are you walking away for? Don't walk away. You got something to say to my face. Hey, I know you're laughing at me behind my back. You'll laugh on the other side of your goddamn face after this game.
Say, Bernard, would you go out in the hall? Mr. Loman, he just got off the elevator.
Who's he arguing with?
Nobody. There's nobody with him. I can't deal with him anymore. And your father gets all upset every time he comes. I got a lot of typing to do, and your father's waiting to sign. Will you see him?
Touchdown. Jenny. Jenny. Good to see you, Jenny. How are you? You working or are you still honest? Huh?
Fine. How have you been feeling?
Oh, not much anymore, Jenny. No.
Hello, Uncle Willie.
Bernard. Well, look who's here.
How are you? Good to see you.
What are you doing here?
I just stopped by to see Pop. Get off my feet till my train leaves. I'm going to Washington in a few minutes.
Is he in?
Yes, he's in his office with the accountant. Sit down.
What are you going to do in Washington?
Just in case I got there, Willie.
Oh, is that so? Hey. You gonna play tennis there, huh?
Staying with a friend who's got a court.
You don't say. His own tennis court. Must be fine people, I bet.
They are.
Yeah.
Very nice. Dad tells me Biff's in town.
Oh, yeah. Biff's in. Working on a very big deal, Bernard.
Oh, what's Biff doing?
Oh, he's been doing very big things in the West. He decided to establish himself here. Very big. We're having dinner. Did I hear your wife had a boy?
That's right, her second.
2 boys. Hey, you know. 2 boys.
What kind of deal has Biff got?
Well, Bill Oliver. A very big sporting goods man. He wants Biff very badly. Called him in from the West. Long distance. Carte blanche. Special delivery. Your friends have their own private tennis court.
You still with the old firm, Willie?
Hey. God, I'm overjoyed to see how you made the grade, Bernard. Oh, overjoyed. It's an encouraging thing to see a young man. Oh, really. Yeah, it looks very good for Biff. Very. Bernard.
What is it, Willie?
What's the secret?
What secret?
How did you... Why didn't he ever catch on?
I wouldn't know that.
Well, you were his friend. You were his boyhood friend. There's something I don't understand about it, Bernard. His life ended after that Ebbetsfield game. At the age of 17. Nothing good ever happened to him.
He never trained himself for anything.
Oh, he did. He did! He did train himself. Now, after high school, he took so many correspondence courses. Radio mechanics, television. God knows what. He never made the slightest mark.
Willie, do you want to talk candidly?
Well, I regard you as a brilliant man, Bernard. I value your advice.
How would you advise, Willie? I couldn't advise you. There's just one thing I've always wanted to ask you. When he was supposed to graduate and the math teacher flunked him.
That son of a bitch ruined his life.
Willie, all he had to do was go to summer school and make up that subject.
That's right. That's right.
Did you tell him not to go to summer school?
I begged him to go. I ordered him to go.
Why wouldn't he go?
Why? Why, Bernard? Why? That question's been trailing me like a ghost for the last 15 years. He flunked the subject. He laid down and he died like a hammer hit him.
Easy, kid.
Let me talk to you. I got nobody to talk to. Bernard, it was my fault. It keeps going around in my mind. Maybe I did something to him. I got nothing to give him.
Don't take it so hard.
Well, why did he lay down? Why did he lay down? You were his friend. What's the story there? Really?
I remember it was June and our grades came out and he'd flunked math.
That son of a bitch.
No, Biff was ready to enroll in summer school.
He was?
He wasn't beaten by it at all. But then, Willie, he disappeared from the block for almost a month, and I got the idea that he'd gone up to New England to see you. Did he ever talk with you then? Willie?
Yeah, he came to Boston. What about it?
Well, just when he came back. I'll never forget this. It always mystifies me. I thought so well of him, even though he'd always taken advantage of me. I loved him, Willie, you know? And he came back after that month and took his sneakers. Remember those sneakers with University of Virginia printed on them? He was so proud of those. Wore them every day. And he took them down in the cellar. Burned them up in the furnace. The fist fight lasted at least half an hour, just the two of us punching each other down the cellar. Crying right through it. I've often thought of how strange it was that I knew he'd given up his life. What happened in Boston, Willie? I just bring it up because you asked.
Nothing. What do you mean, what happened? What's that got to do with anything?
Don't get so...
What are you trying to blame everything on me? Boy lays down. Is that my fault?
Now, Willie, don't get upset.
Don't talk to me that way. What does that mean? What happened?
Hey, you're gonna miss that train.
Yeah. Keep going. Thanks, Pop. Goodbye, Willie. Don't worry about it. You know, if at first you don't succeed...
Yes. Yes, I believe in that.
Sometimes, Willie, it's better for a man just to walk away.
Walk away.
That's right.
But if you can't walk away,
I guess that's when it's tough. Goodbye, Willie.
goodbye, boy.
How do you like this, kid? Gonna argue a case in front of the Supreme Court.
Huh.
No. The Supreme Court.
I gotta run. Bye, Dad.
Knock him dead, Bernard.
The Supreme Court. He didn't even mention it.
You don't have to. He's gonna do it.
You never told him what to do, did you? You never took any interest in him.
My salvation is I never took any interest in anything. There's some money, $50. I got an account.
Charlie. I got my insurance to pay. If you can manage it, I need $110. I draw it out from my bank, but Linda would know.
Sit down, Willie.
I'm keeping an account of everything. I'll pay every penny back.
Listen to me, Willie.
I want you to know I appreciate
Willie, what are you doing? What the hell is going on in your head?
I simply...
I offered you a job. You can make $50 a week, and I won't send you on a road.
I got a job.
Without pay? What kind of a job is a job without pay? Now look, kid, enough is enough. I'm no genius, but I know when I'm being insulted.
Insulted?
Why don't you want to work for me?
What's the matter with you? I got a job.
Well, what are you walking in here every week?
Right! You want me to walk in here?
I'm offering you a job.
I don't want your goddamn job.
When the hell are you gonna grow up?
Big ignoramus! You say that to me one more time.
How much you need?
Charlie, I'm strapped. I don't know what to do. I was just fired.
Howard fired you?
It's snot-nosed. Imagine that. I named him. I named him Howard.
When you gonna realize that them things don't mean anything? You named him Howard, but you can't sell that. The only thing you got in the world is what you can sell. And the funny thing is, you're a salesman, and you don't know that.
I always tried to think otherwise, I guess. I always felt if a man was impressive and well-liked...
Why must everybody... Who liked J.P. Morgan? Was he impressive at Turkish Bat? He looked like a butcher. But with his pockets on, he was very well-liked. Now listen, Willie, I know you don't like me. Nobody can say I'm in love with you. But I'll give you a job for the hell of it. Put it that way. What do you say?
I can't work for you, Charlie.
What, are you jealous of me?
I just can't work for you, that's all. Don't ask me why.
You've been jealous of me your whole life, you damned fool. Here. Pay your insurance.
I'm keeping strict accounts.
I got work to do. Take care of yourself and pay your insurance.
It's funny, you know. It's funny. For all the highways, all the trains. They're pointless. All the years. You end up worth more dead than alive.
Willie, nobody's worth nothing dead. Did you hear what I said? Willie!
Apologize to Bernard for me when you see him. I didn't mean to argue with him. He's a fine boy. They're all fine boys. They'll end up big. Big. All of them. Someday they'll all play tennis together. Wish me luck, Charlie. Saw Bill Oliver today.
Good luck.
Charlie. You're the only friend I got. Isn't that a remarkable thing?
Jesus.
That's all right, Mr. Loman. I can handle it myself.
That's better, huh?
Good. In the front there, you're in the middle of all kinds of noise. Whenever you got a party, Mr. Loman, you just tell me, and I'll put you back here. You know, there's a lot of people, they don't like it private. Because when they go out, they like to see a lot of action around them. Because they're sick and tired to stay in a house by themselves. But I know you. You ain't from Hackensack. You know what I mean?
So how's it coming, Stanley, huh?
It's a dog's life. I only wish during the war they'd have took me in the army. I could have been dead by now.
Hey, my brother's back, Stanley.
Oh, he come back, huh? From the far west?
Yeah, big cattle man, my brother, so treat him right. My father's coming, too.
Oh, your father, too?
Yeah, got a couple of nice lobsters?
100%. Big.
I want them with the claws.
Don't worry, I don't give you no mice. How about some wine? Put a head on the meal.
No. You remember, Stanley, that recipe I brought you from overseas with the champagne?
Oh, yeah, sure. I still got it. Tacked up yet in the kitchen. But that'll have to cost you. $1 a piece, anyways.
Well, that's all right.
What, you hit a number or something?
No, it's a little celebration. My brother is... Well, I think. He pulled off a big deal today. I think we're going into business together.
Great. That's the best for you, because a family business, you know what I mean? That's the best.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Because what's the difference? Somebody steals, it's in the family. Know what I mean? Like this bartender here, the boss is going crazy. What kind of leak he got in the cash register? You put it in, but it don't come out. What?
Notice I wasn't looking left or right, was I?
No.
And my eyes are closed?
So what's the...
Strudel's coming.
No, there's no. Jeez, how'd you know?
I got radar or something. Oh.
There. I think that's for you, Mr. Loman.
Oh, look at that mouth. My God, and the binoculars.
Jeez. You got a life, Mr. Loman.
Wait on.
Would you like a menu man?
I'm expecting someone, but I would like...
Why don't you bring her... Oh, excuse me, miss, do you mind? I sell champagne, and I'd like you to try my brand. Now bring her a champagne, Stanley.
Well, that's awfully nice of you.
Don't mention it. It's all company money, huh?
Charming product to be selling, isn't it?
Gets to be like everything else. Selling is selling, you know?
I suppose.
You don't happen to sell, do you?
No, I don't sell.
Would you object to a compliment from a stranger? You ought to be on a magazine cover.
I have been.
Well, what I said before, Stanley, huh? You see, she's a cover girl.
Ah, I could see. I could see.
Yeah, what magazine?
Oh, a lot of them. Thank you.
You know what they say in France, don't you? Champagne is the drink of the complexion. Hiya, Biff.
Hello, kid. Sorry I'm late.
It's all right, I just got here. Miss
Forsyth.
Forsythe. That's my brother.
Is Dad here?
His name is Biff. You might have heard of him. Great football player.
Really? What team?
You familiar with football?
No, I'm afraid I'm not.
Biff is quarterback for the New York Giants.
Well, that is nice, isn't it?
Good help.
I'm happy to meet you.
You know, that's my name. Hap. It's really Harold, but at West Point, they call me Hap.
I see. How do you do?
So isn't Dad coming?
Want her? What? Do you want her?
No, I could never make that.
I remember the time that idea would never come into your head. It was the old confidence.
I just saw all of
wait a minute. I gotta see that old confidence again. You want her? She's on call.
No.
I'm telling you. Watch this. Honey. You busy?
Well, I am. phone call.
Do that. Will you, honey? And see if you can get a friend, yeah? And we'll be here for a while. Biff is one of the greatest football players in the country.
Well, certainly happy to meet you.
Yeah, come back soon.
I'll try.
Don't try, honey. Try hard. Isn't that a shame now, huh? A beautiful girl like that. See, that's why I can't get married. It's that I got a woman in 1,000. New York is loaded with them, kid.
Now, look.
I told her she was on call.
Cut it out, will you? I want to say something to you.
Did you see Oliver?
Yeah, I saw him all right. Now, look. I want to tell Dad a couple things, and I want you to help me.
Oh, what? Is he gonna back you?
Oh, are you crazy? You're out of your goddamn head. You know that?
Why? Why, what happened?
I did a terrible thing today, Hap. It's been the strangest day I ever went through. I'm all numb, I swear.
You mean he wouldn't see you?
Well, I waited 6 hours for him. See, all day. Kept sending my name in. Even tried to date his secretary so she'd get me into him, but no soap.
Because you're not showing the old confidence, Biff. Now, he remembered you, didn't he?
Finally, about 5 o'clock, he comes out. He didn't remember who I was or anything. I felt like such an idiot, Hap.
Did you tell him? On my Florida idea?
He walked away! I saw him for 1 minute. So I got so mad I could have torn the walls down. How the hell did I get the idea I was a salesman there? I even believed myself that I'd been a salesman for him. Then he gave me one look, and then I realized what a ridiculous lie my whole life has been. We've been talking in a dream for 15 years. I was a shipping clerk.
What'd you do?
Well, he left. See? Secretary went out. I was all alone in the waiting room. I don't know what came over me, Hap. The next thing I know, I'm in his office. Paneled walls, everything. I can't explain it. Hap, I took his fountain pen.
Did he catch you?
I ran out. I ran down all 11 flights. I ran and ran.
You know, that was an awful dumb... What'd you do that for?
I don't know. I wanted to take something. I don't know. Hap, you gotta help me. I'm gonna tell Pop.
Crazy? What for?
Hap, he's gotta understand. I'm not the man somebody lends that kind of money to. He thinks I've been spiting him all these years. It's eating him up.
Well, that's just it. See, you tell him something nice.
I can't.
No, say you got a lunch date with Oliver tomorrow.
And so what do I do tomorrow?
You leave the house tomorrow. And you come back at night, and you say Oliver is thinking it over, huh? And he thinks it over for a couple of weeks, and gradually it all fades away, and nobody's so worried.
It'll go on forever.
Dad is never so happy as when he's looking forward to something. Hey. Hello, Scout.
You haven't been here in years.
Yeah, Stanley.
Hey, sit down, Pop. You want a drink?
Sure, I don't mind.
Hey, let's get a load on, huh?
You look worried.
No. Scotch all around. Make it doubles.
Doubles, right.
You had a couple already, didn't you?
Just a couple, yeah.
Now, what happened, boy? Everything go all right?
Pal, I had an experience today.
Terrific, Pop.
Yes, that's all what happened.
I'm gonna tell you everything, from first to last. It's been a strange day. I had to wait quite a while for him, see?
For Oliver?
Yeah, Oliver. All day is a matter of cold fact.
Yeah?
And a lot of, instances, facts, Pop, facts about my life came back to me. Who was it, Papa? Whoever said I was a salesman with Oliver?
Well, you were.
No, Dad. I was a shipping clerk.
Now, you were practically...
Dad, I don't know who said it first, but I was never a salesman for Bill Oliver.
What are you talking about?
Let's hold on to the facts tonight, Pop. We're not going to get anywhere bulling around. I was a shipping clerk.
All right, now listen to
Why don't you let me finish?
Hey, I'm not interested in stories about the past! Any crap of that kind! Because the woods are burning, boy. Do you understand me? There's a big blaze going on all around. I was fired today.
How could you be?
I was fired. Fired. I'm looking for a little good news to tell your mother. Because the woman has waited, and the woman has suffered. The gist of it is, I haven't got a story left in my head, Biff. So don't give me a lecture about facts and aspects. I'm not interested. What have you got to say to me? you see Oliver?
Oh, Jesus, Dad.
You mean you didn't go up there?
No, sure he went up. I did. I saw him. How can he fire you?
What kind of welcome?
But he won't even let you work on commission.
I'm out! Tell me. He gave you a warm welcome.
Oh, yeah, sure, Pop, sure.
Well, it was
I was wondering if he'd remember you. The man doesn't see him. 10, 12 years. It gives him that kind of welcome.
Yeah, damn right.
Pop,
You know why he remembered you, don't you? Because you impressed him enough.
Let's talk quietly and get this down to the facts.
What happened? Hey, that's great news. Did he take you into his office, or did you talk in the waiting room?
Well, he came in, see?
Yeah, what do you say? I bet you threw his arm around you, huh?
Kind of.
He's a fine man. Very hard man to see, you know.
Oh, I know.
Is that where you had the drinks?
He gave me a couple. No.
He told him I floored.
Don't interrupt! Yeah. How do you react to the Florida idea?
Dad, would you give me a minute to explain?
I've been waiting for you to explain since I sat down here. Now, what happened, huh? All right, he took you into his office, and what?
I talked, and he listened.
Famous for the way he listened. Oh, what was his answer?
Well, his answer... Oh, Dad, you're not letting me tell you what I want to tell you.
You didn't see him, did you?
I did see him.
What, you insult him or something? You insulted him.
Listen, let me out of this. Would you just let me out of this?
Tell me what happened.
I can't talk to him. Tell him what happened. Shut up and leave me alone.
No, you're gonna go flunk math.
What math? What are you talking about?
Math.
Take it easy, Pop.
If you hadn't flunked, you'd be set by now.
Look, I'm gonna tell you what happened, and you're gonna listen to me. I waited 6 hours for him.
What the hell are you saying?
I kept sending my name in, but he wouldn't see me. So finally...
This flunked math. Virgo flunked him. They won't graduate.
But they have to. He's got to go to the university. Where is he? Bev! Bev!
No, he left. He went to Grand Central.
Grant, you mean he went to Boston?
Uncle Willie in Boston.
Oh, maybe Willie can talk to the teacher. Oh, that poor boy.
So, I'm washed up with Oliver. You understand? Are you listening to me?
Oh, yeah, sure. If you hadn't flunked.
Flunk? What? What are you talking
Oh,
about?
no, don't blame everything on me. I didn't flunk math. You did. What pen?
You know, that was awful dumb. If a pen like that is worth...
What? You took Oliver's pen.
Dad, I just explained that to you.
You stole Bill Oliver.
I didn't exactly steal it. I just been explaining that to you.
No, he had it in his hand, and just then Oliver walked in, so he got nervous.
My God!
I never intended to do it, Dad.
Good evening.
No, not in my room.
Dad, what's the matter?
I'm not there. Stop it.
Dad, I'll make good. I'll make good. Sit down now.
No, you're no good.
I am. I'll find something else. You understand? Don't worry about anything. Talk to me, Dad.
Mr. Loman does not answer. Shall I page him?
Oh. No!
Listen, I'm telling you something good. Oliver talked to his partner about the Florida idea. You listening? He talked to his partner, and he came to me. I'm going to be all right. You hear? Dad, listen to me. He said it was just a question of the amount.
Got it?
Oh, yeah, he's gonna be terrific, Pop.
You got it, haven't you?
No. Look, Pop, I'm supposed to have lunch with him tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you this now so you know I can still make an impression, Pop. And I'll make good somewhere, but I can't go tomorrow, see?
Why not? You're simply...
The pen, Pop.
Well, give it to him. Tell him it was an oversight.
Sure, have lunch tomorrow.
I can't say that.
You were doing a crossword puzzle. You accidentally picked up his pen.
Listen, kid, I took those balls years ago. Now I walk with that fountain pen that clinches it. Don't you see? I can't face him like that. I'll try elsewhere.
Do you want to be anything?
Pop, how can I go back?
You don't want to be anything at all. Is that what's behind it?
Don't take it that way. You think it was easy for me to walk into that office after what I'd done to him? A team of horses couldn't have dragged me back to Bill Oliver.
Then why did you go up there?
Why did I go? Why did I go? Look at you. Look at what's become of you.
If you're going to that lunch...
I can't go. I've got no appointment.
Are you spiting me?
No, don't take it that way.
Little luss. Are you spiting me?
Someone's at the door, Willie.
I'm no good. Can't you see what I am? I'm no good.
Hey, you're in a restaurant. Now cut it out, both of you. Oh, hello, girls. There you are. Sit down.
I guess we might as well. This is Letta.
Willie, aren't you gonna wake up?
How do you do, miss? Have a seat. What do you drink?
Letta might not be able to stay long.
I gotta get up very early tomorrow. I got jury duty. I'm so excited. Were you fellas ever on a jury?
No, but I've been in front of them. This is my father.
Aw, isn't he cute? Sit down with us, Pop.
Yeah, sit him down, Biff.
Yeah, come on, Slugger. Drink us under the table. To hell with it. Come on, pal, sit down.
Billy, aren't you going to answer the door?
Where you going?
Open the door.
The door?
Door! Washroom. Where's the door?
Just go straight down.
Willie, aren't you going to get up, get up, get up, get up?
I think it's sweet you bring your daddy along.
He isn't really your father.
Miss Forsythe, you just seen a prince walk by. A fine, troubled prince. A hard-working, unappreciated prince. A pal, do you understand? A good companion. Always for his boys.
That's so sweet.
Well, girls, what's the program, huh? We're wasting time. Come on, let's get around. Hey, where would you like to go?
Why don't you do something for him?
Me?
Yeah, don't you give a damn for him happen?
What are you talking about? I'm the one who was standing.
I say you don't give a good goddamn about him. Look what I found in the cellar. For Christ's sake, how can you bear to let it go on?
Me, huh? Who goes away? Who runs off and leaves me here?
Yeah, but it doesn't mean anything to you. You can help him, I can't. Don't you understand what I'm telling you? He's gonna kill himself. Don't you know that?
Don't I know it?
No, help him! Jesus, help! Help me! Help me! I can't bear to look at his face.
Hey, where you going?
What's he so mad about?
Come on, girls. Now we'll catch up with him.
Say, I don't like that temper.
He's just a little overstrung. He'll be all right.
Don't you want to tell your father?
No. No, that's not my father. He's just a guy. Come on. Come on, we'll catch Biff, huh? Honey, we are gonna paint this town, huh? Stanley? Where's the check, huh, Stanley? Now, wait, wait.
Mr. Loman! Mr. Loman!
Stop laughing. Will you stop?
Well, aren't you going to answer the door? You'll wake the whole hotel.
I'm not expecting anybody.
Why don't you have another drink, honey? And stop being so damn self-centered.
I'm so lonely.
You know, you ruined me, Willie. From now on, whenever you come to the office, I'll see you go right through to the buyers. No waiting at my desk anymore, Willie. You ruined me.
It's nice of you to say that.
Gee, boy, you are self-centered. Oh, why so sad, huh? You are the saddest, self-centeredest soul I ever did see saw. Come on, drummer boy. It's silly to be dressing in the middle of the night. Aren't you going to answer the door?
You're knocking on the wrong door.
But I felt the knocking. Annie heard us talking in here. Well, maybe the hotel's on fire.
Oh, it's a mistake.
Oh.
Mistake.
And tell him to go away.
There's nobody there. There's nobody there.
Yeah.
There's nobody there.
Yeah.
There's nobody there.
It's getting on my nerves.
There's nobody
Oh,
there.
Willie, there is someone standing out there, and it's getting on my nerves.
All right. Stay in the bathroom here and don't come out. I think there's a law in Massachusetts about it, so don't come out. It may be that new room clerk. He looks very mean, so don't come out. It's a mistake. There's no fire.
Well, why didn't you answer?
Yes. What are you doing in Boston?
Why didn't you answer? I've been knocking for 5 minutes. I called you on the phone.
I just heard you. I was in the bathroom. I had the door shut. Did anything happen at home?
Dad, I let you down.
What do you mean?
Oh, Dad.
Hey, Dick, what's this about? Come on. We'll go downstairs. We'll get you malted.
Dad, I flunked math.
Not for the term.
The term. I haven't got enough credits to graduate.
You mean to say Bernard wouldn't give you the answers?
He did. He tried, but I only got a 61.
They won't give you 4 points?
Birnbaum refused. Absolutely. I begged him, Papa. You don't want to give me those points. You got to talk to him before they close the school. Because if you saw the kind of man you are and you talk to him in your way, I'm sure he'd come through for me. The class came right before practice. See, I didn't go enough. When you talk to him, he'd like you, Pop. You know the way you could talk.
You're on. We'll drive right back.
Oh, good work, Pop. I know he'll change it for you.
Go downstairs. Tell the clerk I'm checking out. Go right down.
Yes, sir. Hey, you see, the reason why he hates me, Pop, is that one day he was late for class, and I got up at the blackboard and I imitated him. I crossed my eyes and I talked with a lisp.
You did? The kids like it?
Yeah, they nearly died laughing.
Yeah? What'd you do?
The square root of 63. And in the middle he walked in.
All right, hurry down.
Somebody in there?
No, it's next door.
Hey, somebody got in your bathroom.
It's the next room. There's a party going on.
Can I come in? There's something in the bathtub, Willie, and it's moving.
Yeah, you better go back to your room now. Huh? They must be finished painting by now. They're painting a room. I let her take a shower here. Go back.
But I've got to
Get
get...
out of here! This is Miss Frances, Biff. She's a buyer. They're painting. Go back, Miss Frances. Go back.
Clothes, Willie. I can't go out naked in the hall.
Here, go back.
Where are my stockings, Willie? You promised me stockings.
Stockings. I have no stockings.
Oh, you had 2 boxes of size 9 shoes for me, and I want them.
Here, for God's sake, will you get out of here?
I just hope there's no one in the hall, you know? That's all I hope. Are you football or baseball?
Football.
That's me, too.
Hey, we better get going. I want to get to the school first thing in the morning, huh? Get my suits out of the closet. I'll get my police. What's the matter? Hey, she's a buyer. She buys for J.H. Simmons. She lives down the hall. You know, they're painting. Hey, come on. You don't imagine. Listen, pal, she's just a buyer. She sees merchandise in her room. They have to keep it looking. All right, get my suits. Stop crying! Do as I say! I gave you an order, Bill. I gave you an order. Is that what you do when I give you an order? How dare you? Now look, Biff. When you grow up, you'll understand about these things. You mustn't overemphasize a thing like this. See Birnbaum first thing in the morning.
Never mind.
Never mind? No, he's going to give you those points.
He will listen to you.
He certainly will. Hey. Look, you need those points for you or Virginia.
I'm not going there.
Hey, if I can't get him to change the mark. Hey, you make it up in summer school. You got all summer. My boy.
Dad.
She's nothing to me.
Dad.
Nothing! Nothing! I was lonely. I was just so terribly lonely.
You gave her mama's stocking.
I gave you an order.
Don't touch me, you liar.
Apologize.
There, your face.
I'll whip you.
You're a phony little face.
I'll beat you.
You're a liar.
I gave you an order. Come back here. Come back here, Biff. 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 Biff.
Hey.
Biff.
Let's pick it up. Pick it up, Mr. Loman. Your boys left with the chippies. They said they'll see you home.
Supposed for dinner together.
Can you make it?
Sure, I'll make it. I look all right?
Sure, you look all right.
Here's $1.
Your son paid me. It's
No,
all right.
no, take it. You're a good boy.
Nah, you don't have to.
Take some more. I don't need it anymore. Tell me, is there a seed store in the neighborhood?
Seeds? You mean like to plant?
Yeah, carrots, peas.
Well, there's hardware stores on 6th Avenue, but it may be too late now.
I better hurry. I gotta get some seeds. I gotta get some seeds right away. Nothing's planted. I don't have a thing in the ground.
Well, what are you looking at?
Hey, what are you doing up? Where's Pop? Is he sleeping?
Where were you?
We met two girls, Mom. Very fine types. Yeah, here, we brought you some flowers. Mom, put them in your room. What'd you do that for, Mom? I want you to have some flowers.
Don't you care whether he lives or dies?
Upstairs.
Go away from me. What do you mean, lives or dies? Nobody's dying around here,
Get out
pal.
of my sight. Get out of here.
I want to see the boss.
You're not going near him.
Where is he?
You invite him to dinner. He looks forward to it all day. Then you desert him there.
Dad!
There's no stranger you do that to.
Dad!
Why? No, he had a swell time with us. Now, listen, when I desert him, I hope I don't outlive the day.
You had all your women tonight. You and your lousy rotten horse.
Mom, all we did was follow Biff around trying to cheer him up. Boy, what a night you gave me.
Get out of here, both of you. And don't come back. I don't want you tormenting him anymore. Go on now. Get your things together. You can sleep in his apartment. You pick up this stuff. Not your maid anymore. Pick it up, you bum, you. You're a pair of animals. There's not one, there's not another living soul would have had the cruelty to walk out on that man in a restaurant.
Is that what he said?
He didn't have to say anything. He was so humiliated he nearly lived when he came in.
Well, Mom, he had a great time.
Shut up! And you didn't even go in to see if he was all right.
No, didn't. Didn't do a damn thing. How do you like that, huh? I left him babbling in a toilet.
You louse!
Yeah, you hit it on the nose. Scum of the earth, and you're looking at him.
Get out of here.
I gotta talk to the boss. Where is he?
No, you're not going near him. You get out of here.
No! We're gonna have an abrupt conversation. Him and me.
You're not talking to him. Please, just leave him alone.
What is he doing out there?
He's planting the garden.
Now? Oh, my God.
Carrots. 1/4 inch apart. Rows 1 foot. Beets. Yeah. Lettuce. 1 foot rows. What a proposition. Terrific, terrific. Well, because she suffered, Ben. The woman has suffered, you understand? Man can't go out the way he came in, Ben. Man's got to add up to something. You can't. You gotta consider now. Don't answer so quick. Remember, it's a guaranteed $20,000 proposition. All right, now look, Ben, I want you to go through the ins and outs of this thing with me because I got nobody to talk to, Ben. And the woman has suffered, do you hear me?
What's the proposition?
$20,000 on the barrelhead, guaranteed. Gilt edge, you understand?
You don't want to make a fool of yourself. They might not honor the policy.
How can they dare refuse? Didn't I work like a coolie to meet every premium on the nose? Now they don't pay off? Ah, impossible.
It's called a cowardly thing, William.
And why? Huh? Does it take more guts to stand here the rest of my life? Ringing up a zero.
That's a point, William. And 20,000. That is something one can feel with the hand. It is there.
Ben, that's the whole beauty of it. Oh, I see it like a diamond, Ben. A diamond. Shining in the dark. Hard, rough. Pick up a touch in my hand. Not like an appointment. No, this is not be another damn fool appointment, Ben. And it changes all the aspects. Because he thinks I'm nothing, see? Nothing. So he spites me. But the funeral, Ben. Oh, that funeral will be massive. They'll come from Maine. Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, all the old timers with the strange license plates. That boy will be thunderstruck, Ben, because he never realized I am known. Rhode Island, New York, New Jersey, I am known, Ben. I am known. He'll see it with his eyes once and for all. He'll see what I am. He's in for a shock, that boy.
He'll call you a coward.
No, that'd be terrible.
Yes. A damn fool.
No, he mustn't. I won't have that.
He'll hate you, William.
Ben, how do we get back to all the great times, Ben? It used to be so full of light. Comradeship. God, the sleigh riding in winter. The ruddiness on his cheek. Always some kind of good news coming up. Always something nice coming up ahead. He never even let me carry the valises in the house. And Simonizing. Always Simonizing that little red car. Why? Why can't I give him something? I'll have him hate me.
Let me think about it. I still have a little time. Remarkable proposition. But you've got to be sure you're not making a fool of yourself.
Where the hell are those seeds? Yeah, you can't see nothing back here. Oh, they boxed in the whole goddamn neighborhood.
There are people all around here. Don't you realize that?
Yeah, I'm busy. Don't bother me, huh?
I'm saying goodbye to you, Pop. I'm not coming back anymore.
You're not going to see Oliver tomorrow?
I've got no appointment, Dad.
He put his arm around you? You got no appointment?
Pop, get this now, will you? Every time I've left, it's been a fight that sent me out of here. Today, I realized something about myself, and I tried to explain it to you. And I think I'm just not smart enough to make any sense out of it for you. To hell with whose fault it is or anything like that. Let's just wrap it up, huh? Come on in. We'll tell Mom.
No, I don't want to see her.
Come on in.
I don't want to see her.
Why don't you want to see her?
Don't bother me, will you?
What are you talking about? Why don't you want to see her? You don't want them calling you yellow, do you? But this is not your fault. It's me. I'm a bum. Now come inside. Come. Did you hear what I said to you?
Get your flat, dear.
All right. We had it out. I'm going and I'm not writing anymore.
I think that's the best way, dear, because there's no use drawing it out. You'll just never get along, that's all.
People ask where I am and what I'm doing. You don't know and you don't care. That way it'll be off your mind and you can start brightening up again. Right? That clears it, doesn't it? You gonna wish me luck, Scout? What do you say?
Shake his hand, Willie.
There's no necessity to mention the pen at all.
I've got no appointment, Dad.
He put his armor on you.
You're never gonna see what I am. What's the use in arguing? If I strike oil, I'll send you a check. In the meantime, forget I'm alive.
Spite, see?
Shake hands, Dad.
Go on my hand.
I was hoping not to go this way.
Man, this is the way you're going. Goodbye. May you rot in hell if you leave this house.
Exactly what is it that you want from me?
I want you to know. On the train, in the mountains, in the valley, wherever you go to, you cut down your life for spite.
No, no!
Spite! Spite is the word of your undoing, and when you're down and out, remember what did it. When you're rotting somewhere beside the railroad tracks, remember! Don't you dare blame it on me.
I'm not blaming it on you.
I won't take the rap for it.
That's just what I'm telling you.
No, you're trying to put a knife in me. Don't think I don't know what you're doing.
All right. Phony. Then let's lay it on the line.
Crazy!
I'll leave it there. Don't you move it.
What is that?
You know goddamn well what that
I
is.
never saw
Oh, you saw it? The mice didn't bring it into the cellar. What is this supposed to do? Make a hero out of you? This supposed to make me sorry for you?
I never heard of it.
There'll be no pity for you. You hear? No pity.
You hear the spite?
No! You can hear the truth. What you are and what I am.
Stop it.
Spite, you cut it down.
Oh, they don't know we are. The man is gonna know. We never told the truth for 10 minutes in this house.
We always told the truth.
Ah, you big blow! Are you the assistant buyer? You're one of the two assistants to the assistant, aren't you?
Well, I'm trapped.
You're practically full of it. We all are. And I'm through with it. Now hear this, Willie. This is me.
Oh, I know you.
You know why I had no address for 3 months? I stole a suit in Kansas City and I was in jail. Oh, stop your crying. I'm through with it.
Suppose that's my fault.
I stole myself out of every good job since high school.
And whose fault is that?
And I never got anywhere because you blew me so full of hot air I could never stand taking orders from anybody. That's whose fault it is.
I hear that.
Well, it's goddamn time you heard it. I had to be boss big shot in 2 weeks, and I'm through with it.
Then hang yourself for spite. Hang yourself.
No, nobody's hanging himself, Willie. I ran down 11 flights with a pen in my hand today. And suddenly I stopped. Do you hear me? In the middle of that office building. Do you hear this? I stopped in the middle of that building, and I saw the sky. I saw the things that I love in this world. The work, the food, time to sit and smoke. I looked at that pen, I said to myself, what the hell am I grabbing this for? Why am I trying to become what I don't want to be? So what am I doing in an office? Making a contemptuous, begging fool of myself. When all I want is out there, waiting for me the minute I say I know who I am. Why can't I say that, Willie?
The door of your life is wide open.
But I'm a dime a dozen, and so are you.
I am not a diamond dozen. I am Willie Loman. And you are Biff Loman.
I am not a leader of men, Willie, and neither are you. You were never anything but a hard-working drummer who landed in the ash can like all the rest of them. I'm $1 an hour, Willie. Tried 7 states, I couldn't raise it. It's $1 an hour. You gather my meaning? I'm not bringing home any prizes anymore, and you are gonna stop waiting for me to bring them home.
No.
You spiteful mutt.
Pop! I'm nothing! I'm nothing, Pop! Can't you understand that? There's no spite in it anymore. I'm just what I am. That's all.
What are you doing? Why is he crying?
Oh, will you let me go? For Christ's sake. Will you take that phony dream and burn it? Before something happens. I'll go in the morning. Put him to bed.
Isn't that a remarkable thing? That he likes me.
He loves you, Willie.
Always did, Pop. Right. He cried to me. That boy is gonna be magnificent.
Yes, outstanding. With 20,000 behind him.
Now come to bed, Willie. It's all settled now.
Yes, well, sleep. Sleep. Come on, Hap, go to sleep now, Hap.
And it does take a great kind of a man to crack the jungle.
I'm getting married, Pop. No, don't forget it, huh? I'm changing everything. I'm gonna run that department before the year is through. You'll see, Mom.
The jungle is dark, but full of diamonds, Willie.
Be good. You're both good boys. Just act that way, that's all.
Night, Pop.
Come, dear.
One must go in to fetch a diamond out.
I just want to get settled down, Linda. Let me sit alone for a little.
I want you upstairs.
No, in a few minutes. In a few minutes, Linda. I couldn't sleep right. Go on. Go on, go to bed. You look so tired.
Not like an appointment at all. A diamond is rough and hard to the touch.
Go on, I'll be right up.
I think this is the only way, Willie.
Ah, sure, it's the best thing. The only way. Everything is gonna... Go on, kid, go on, get to bed. You look so tired.
You'll come right up.
2 minutes. He loves me. God, he always loved me. Isn't that a remarkable thing? And he'll worship me for it.
It's dark there, but full of diamonds.
Can you imagine that magnificence? $20,000 in his pocket.
Willie, come out.
I'm coming! It's very smart. You realize that, don't you, sweetheart? Huh? Even Ben sees it. I gotta go, baby. Bye-bye. Imagine, when the mail comes, he'll be ahead of Bernard again.
A perfect proposition all around.
Did you see how he cried to me? Oh, if I could kiss him, Ben.
Time, William. Time. And I always knew one way or another we were going to make it, Biff and I.
The boat will be late.
Now, when you kick off, boy, I want a 70-yard boot. I want you to get right down the field under the ball. And when you hit low. And hit hard. Because it's important, boy. It's important. There's all kinds of important people in the stands. And the first thing you know... Ben. Ben. Ben, where do I? Ben, how do I?
Willie, you coming up? Willie! Willie! Answer me!
It's getting dark.
How about it, Mom? Better get some rest, huh? They'll be closing the gate soon.
He had no right to do that. There was no necessity for it. We would have helped.
Come along, Mom.
Why didn't anybody come?
It was a very nice funeral.
Well, but where are all the people he knew? Maybe they blame him.
It's a rough world. They wouldn't blame.
I can't understand it at this time especially. First time in 35 years we were almost free and clear. He only needed a little salary. He was even finished with the dentist.
No man only needs a little salary.
I can't understand it.
There were a lot of nice days. We come back from a trip, Sundays, making the stoop, finishing the cellar, put on the new porch. When he built that extra bathroom, put up the garage. You know something, Charlie? There's more him in that front stoop than in all the sales he ever made.
Yeah, he was a happy man with a batch of cement.
He was so wonderful with his hands.
He had the wrong dreams. All wrong.
Don't say that.
He never knew who he was.
Nobody dares blame this man. You don't understand. Willie was a salesman. For a salesman, there is no rock bottom to the life. You don't put a bolt to a nut. He don't tell you the law or give you medicine. He's a man way out there in the blue, riding on a smile and a shoe shine. They start not smiling back. That's an earthquake. Then you get yourself a couple of spots in your hat and you're finished. Nobody dares blame this man. Salesman has got to dream, boy. It comes with the territory.
Charlie, the man didn't know who he was.
Don't say that.
Why don't you come with me, Happy?
I'm not licked that easily. I'm staying right in this city, and I'm gonna beat this racket. The Loman brothers.
I know who I am, kid.
All right, boy. All right, I'm gonna show you. And everybody else that Willie Loman did not die in vain. No, he had a good dream. It's the only dream you can have, to come out #1 man. He fought it out here. And this is where I'm gonna win it for him.
Let's go, Mom.
I'll be with you in a minute. You go on, Charlie. I want to just for a minute. I never had a chance to say goodbye. Forgive me, dear, I can't cry. I don't know what it is, but I can't cry. I can't understand it. Why did you ever do that? Help me, Willie. can't cry. Seems to me you're just on another trip. I keep expecting you. Willie, dear, I can't cry. Why did you do it? I search and I search and I search and I can't understand it. I made the last payment on the house today. Today, dear. There'll be nobody home. We're free and clear. We're free. We're free. We're free.
This is Brian Dennehy. Coming up next, join me backstage for exclusive interviews with playwright Arthur Miller and the cast, plus rare historical footage highlighting 50 years of Death of a Salesman. Backstage at Salesman, next on Showtime.
following presentation is rated TV PG.
Ladies and gentlemen, the call is now Places. Places, please, for Act 1. The call is Places, please. Thank you.
In 1948, playwright Arthur Miller built himself a cabin, a writing cabin. From the inside of his shed came the inside of his head, the original title for the play we know today as Arthur Miller's Death of a Salesman.
The man who creates personal interest is the man who gets ahead. Be liked, and you will never want.
The last hours in the life of a failing traveling salesman, riding on a smile and a shoe shine, was subtitled Certain Private Conversations in 2 acts, plus a requiem. It exploded on Broadway in 1949, winning 33-year-old Miller the Pulitzer Prize. Showtime's cameras captured the final performance of the 50th anniversary production, directed for the stage by Robert Falls and starring Tony Award winners Brian Dennehy and Elizabeth France, and Ron Eldard and Ted Koch.
If there is one artist in the world that I trust with every fiber of my being, it's Arthur Miller. I don't need to know any more about Willie than Arthur tells us.
There's something that wells up into you that is so emotional and so deep. It's like the past wars of many, many, many centuries, of thousands of years. And this battle, of course, is the greatest because it's a family battle. It's a family tragedy. It's the demise of an American family.
It's a love story of the parents. It's a love story of the 2 brothers. It's a love story of the father and son.
Everyone can relate to somebody in this production. Whether you're the second son who didn't quite get the attention he may deserve, whether you're a Biff whose father had hopes and dreams for you that you let down somehow, or Willie or a Linda, there's somebody that everyone can sort of throw themselves into.
Here's Lohmann. Was ist los?
The name Lohmann came from Fritz Lang's 1933 German classic, The Testament of Dr. Mabuse. Chief Detective Lohmann's assistant is afraid he's about to be killed.
And he's on the phone, and he's calling Lohmann, 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 and the light goes out on him.
Hands up! Lohmann! So helfen Sie mir doch, um Gottes Willen! Lohmann!
And I realized seeing it that what it meant was a man all alone calling out for help. That's where the name came from.
The play had its pre-Broadway tryout in Philadelphia. Miller remembers opening night.
When the curtain came down, nothing happened. And they just sat there. And then after it shows a minute or 2, somebody got up to get his coat, and then another person got up, and then they began talking to one another, walking around, and then somebody remembered to applaud. The curtain was down. And then it went on for 20 minutes, and we brought the curtain up, and the cast was there. But they forgot that they'd seen the play. I think it was rather like some gigantic experience that they'd been through, which was not really a play. It was something else.
Death of a Salesman opened at the Morosco Theater on Broadway on February 10th, 1949. The next morning, Bernard Gimbel, the department store magnate, wrote a memo stating that no employee was ever to be fired for getting old.
People come to theater, my theory is to have their hearts broken, and they get their money's worth in this play.
Will you take that phony dream and burn it before something happens?
Well, I felt a little guilty, to make them feel such raw emotion. I felt a little embarrassed by it all, but I got used to it.
You're a poet, you know that, Biff? You're an idealist.
No, I'm mixed up very bad. Maybe I ought to get married.
Well, I thought this text needed a lot of work. I suggested quite a few rewrites to help Biff out, but Mr. Miller, kind of full of himself, wouldn't change a word. So, you know, Biff is a part that I think almost any young actor, when you first start in acting school, everyone's doing the bedroom scene, the two boys throwing a football. So it's just something that you always want to be part of.
Every one of us dropped the fear of the past ghosts of the play and just brought the play into ourselves and tried to throw it back out there fresh. The thing that's true about Willie, like any great roles, like Hamlet, Lear, it can be done in many, many different ways. There are no rules about Willie, except that it is a tragedy, and it should have dimension. It should have pain and size.
The first Willie Loman, Lee J. Cobb, was only 37 when the play opened.
Well, of course, he discovered the role. He originated it, and it had a certain special tension in it because, for one thing, we weren't sure the audience was going to go with it, particularly in and out of his past and present and so on. And this was a real worry. So that creates a kind of high tension, which you can't reproduce because everybody knows it works. It's like discovering electricity twice.
In 1951, Laszlo Benedict directed the film version starring two-time Academy Award winner Frederick March, who received a third nomination for this performance.
I didn't care for that picture because they made him crazy. Willie isn't crazy. They were trying to pretend that there was nothing wrong with the system. It was just that he was nuts.
This is not what you do, Ben, but who you know. The smile on your face. It's contacts, Ben. Contacts. The whole wealth of Alaska passes over the lunch table at the Commodore Hotel. And that's the wonder of this country, that a man can end with diamonds on the basis of being well-liked.
While Miller disliked the movie, he threatened to sue over the short subject that went with it. An amateurish sales training film which used scenes from Death of a Salesman as examples of how not to sell.
A man can end with diamonds on the basis of being well-liked. No wonder poor Willie was such a failure. He just didn't have it. The background, the training, the preparation. He was a product of an era which happily has long since passed.
Why would a studio seemingly sabotage its own picture?
Because it was the 50s, it was the Cold War. They were very defensive about capitalism. They were scared to death of communism. And so they decided that this play should not be permitted to stand for the profession of salesmanship, which of course the whole economy is based on. And so they invented this stupid film. It's not even a film, it's simply a lecture, to dissociate salesmen from reality. And of course they try to make a film in which Willie's crazy. So he has no reflection on the economy or the country.
You're trying to put a knife in me. Don't think I don't know what you're doing.
All right, phony. Let's lay it on the line.
I just leave it there. Don't move it.
In 1966, Cobb and Dunnick reprised their Broadway roles for television, with Jimmy Farentino as Happy, and I was privileged to play Biff. Alex Siegel directed.
Don't touch me, you liar!
Apologize for
You fake! You phony little fake!
Come back!
Here! Or I'll whip you, Biff! I gave you an order!
In 1975, George C. Scott directed and starred in the first Broadway revival.
He was a great Willie. It was a real pleasure to watch him. And he had a tremendous presence. He brought to it all the power of his imagination. It was quite wonderful.
The production also starred Teresa Wright, James Farentino now as Biff, and a young Harvey Keitel as Happy.
You see, in those days, there was personality in it, Howard. There was
In 1984 and 85, Dustin Hoffman won praise on stage and screen for his portrayal of Willie Loman.
Today it's all cut and dry, and there's no...
I do like the scene when he's trying to keep his job with the son of the guy that he worked for, and the son is now firing him.
If I had $40 a week, that's all I need.
Kid,
$40.
I can't take blood from a stone,
The
Willie.
year Ralph Smith was nominated, your father came to me.
I'm
talking about your father. There were promises made across this desk. You mustn't tell me that you got people to see. I put 34 years into this firm, Howard, and now I can't pay my insurance. You can't eat the orange and throw the peel away. A man is not a piece of fruit.
A man is not a piece of